This broadcast is under the direction and is copywritten by Champion Sports Radio. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or use of the audio stream, and any and all other use of the accounts of this broadcast without the direct written consent and permission of Champion Sports Radio is strictly prohibited. All rights are reserved by Champion Sports Radio and ChampionSportsRadio.com. This is a presentation of Champion Sports Radio, your home for championship broadcasts.
It's top-ranked Allen in town to call on Hebron. The Eagles and the Hawks out of District 6A. We got it on Champion Sports Radio. We are live from North Carrollton as Champion Sports Radio very proudly presents continuing coverage of Texas schoolboy football as we track the Hebron Hawks for the 2014 season. And welcome into beautiful Hawk Stadium. We're on the campus of Hebron High School. It is tonight's game. It is out of District 6A, and it's a matchup featuring the Allen Eagles and the home-standing Hawks of Hebron High School. Permission to broadcast tonight's high school football game has been granted to Champion Sports Radio by the Louisville and Allen Independent School Districts and the University Interscholastic League. No other broadcast of this origination is permitted without written authorization from Champion Sports Radio, the Allen ISD, the Louisville ISD, and the UIL, the University Interscholastic League, celebrating a 105th birthday here in the 2014-2015 school year. Our Champion Sports Radio production crew, featuring our statistician Trent Lynch, Weston Lynch on hand is our remote engineer producer, and our spotter and one Petey Nielsen, as usual, joins me on the broadcast. And Peter, it's the high-flying Eagles in town, and all of that entails Allen, a two-time defending state champion. The Eagles into the house with a bit of a swagger, and hey, why not? The total package. They got the flash, they got the substance, and everything in between. And these guys, Pete, drag in a rather robust winning streak.
33 in a row, Brad Denton. So, yeah, very, very impressive, this Allen Eagle bunch. And we'll talk all night about them. But we'll talk now about this Hebron Hawks bunch that, Brad, let's just face it, all season long it's been mountain after mountain after mountain. And perhaps the biggest mountain, well, maybe the Alps tonight, is this Allen bunch. And, you know, the good news for Hebron is, sure, they come in without a victory, but they did get the bye week, and you'll hear in the interview with Coach Brazel how he feels that was really, really important after the loss to Louisville 2 Friday nights ago. And Hebron will come into this game with maybe a little bit more life. They're as healthy as they've been in a while. Sure, you still don't have Zach Rogers, you don't have David Brazel, but everybody else is back. So it'll be a test. It'll be a man-bite-dog type of thing if Hebron's able to come out of this one with the victory. But this is why you play the football game, my friend.
You mentioned Hebron getting a little bit healthier. I think the top of that list is a kiddo that wears number 10 for the Hawks that we have not seen in this his senior season of 2014. Omar Hicks Onu, a terrific athlete, had a wonderful junior year in 2013. In fact, he's committed his considerable athletic talents to Oregon State University. And I think Mr. Hicks Onu will do some serious shoring up of a cavity in the back end defensively.
And that's the thing that they've missed all season. Trent and I talked earlier today about how the secondary struggled, and you really don't have that leader back there. You had Jamal Adams back there last year, and Omar had a chance to watch him play. And when I've talked to Omar about that, he's so disappointed that, you know, he watched him play for all those years, and he was ready to step into that position, be that leader, be able to call the signals defensively. He's chomping at the bit tonight to get out there.
Almost a freak knee injury with a meniscus that happened in the fall training camp back in August.
Yeah, tough break for the young man. Such a good kid, too. We've spent a lot of time talking to Omar pregame and during scrimmages, and I saw him walking the hall just a little bit ago, and he just gave me the knowing nod. No words were needed. he's ready to go play football.
Peter, we got to get you to do the no rain dance here if we're going to get this one in. If you look at what they're saying weather-wise.
Well, we were looking a little bit ago, Brad, and for you folks that know the area, it's still 90 degrees up in Gainesville. Oh, maybe 45 minutes to the north in Ardmore. It's 69 degrees, so it's going to be a race. And weather protection all around Hebron High School here at the woodshed. So if it does get close, we'll get slowed down, and we'll talk about what happens then. But right now, it's more about this football game. And, you can talk about this Allen football team for days. You can hear the band in the background. There's only 600 of them over there. But it's just not the band. It's the tradition, and 33 wins in a row. Just think about that, Brad.
Yeah, they have carved it out, and as I mentioned, back-to-back state champions. They have won 3 out of the last 6. The initial crown claimed in 2008, and then they do it again in 2012, won 15-1. And last year they run the table 16-0 en route to yet another Class 5A state championship. Yeah, you roll out the superlatives, the accolades to address Allen, and I think the numbers will say that they have given up some points defensively, particularly very early in the year. How Allen gets to 6-0, defeating Denton Guyer 55-41, defeating a team in from Dutch Fork, South Carolina 58-53. So they gave up 94 points in their first 2 ball games. Since then, it's settled a bit. Allen defeating McKinney Boyd in a district opener 58-28, followed that with a lopsided win over the Plano Wildcats 42-3. 2 weeks ago, it was Allen defeating Flower Mound Marcus 35-24, a ball game that the Marauders had a lead early fourth quarter. And a week ago, Saturday afternoon, in fact, a matinee at Tom Kimbrough Stadium, blasted Louisville's Fighting Farmers to a tune of 49-13 on average. 49.5 points per ball game, but they do allow 27 per outing.
And it starts with the quarterback, Kyler Murray, 3-year starter, and a young man in games that he started as an Allen Eagle has never lost. It just, you think about what happens next year, but it don't matter. There's somebody that's going to come and play quarterback for Allen next year, but he's
not going to be
special.
Kyler Murray.
No, Kyler Murray's special. He might not. He is the best quarterback in the state of Texas. Some may say he may be one of the best in the country, and I've seen him play for 3 years now. I saw him play in that Plano game this year, and I came back and told you guys he's untackleable. When he is at best. He is at best when it's 3rd and long.
Houdini and cleats.
We've seen it repeatedly. That's when Kyler Murray is at his best on 3rd and long, because then he can make a play.
The physical numbers on Murray, 5'11", 179 pound. The senior has committed football-wise to Texas A&M University. The numbers passing and running are just staggering, but I can assure you there are jets in the football cleats.
Yeah, well, 32 touchdowns? 32. You look through the stats in this district, there's teams. Hebron doesn't have 32 touchdowns. I would say no other team in this district. Well, maybe McKinney Boyd may have. The young man has 32 touchdowns. Just think about it. The other thing that jumps off the sheet, he has attempted 156 passes. 1 interception. Just 1. He just is very, very good with the football. He never gets flustered, never turns the football over. Hopefully, maybe tonight he gets, maybe it'll start to rain or something. You need something if you're Hebron out of the ordinary to happen.
Pete, I didn't talk you into firing up the handheld computer earlier, but someday you may want to do it. They average 500 yards a ball games. That's 3,000 total yards in 6 ball games. Murray has accounted for 1,741 yards through the air and another 560 yards on the ground. That is a bulk of the offense for Allen.
And he's got a special wide receiver with a young man by the name of Jalen Guyton, who will be going to Notre Dame next year. And yeah, he's that good. He's very good. He's a little angular, and a lot of times Kyler will just throw the ball out to Guyton, and he just makes plays. We had this last year with Jamal Adams here. He's an athlete, and he goes and makes plays, and you'll see that. And he'll be missing one of his weapons. Like Cody Butler, the other wide receiver, who has 16 catches coming into tonight's game, will not play.
Idled with injury. The big left tackle is idled with injury. Bobby Evans, a kiddo who has committed to the University of Oklahoma, the senior, 6'5" at 274, knee injury. He is idled. Before we take this first pregame timeout, look quickly around District 6, 6A. Elsewhere tonight, Flower Mound plays at Louisville. East and Plano get together at Plano's John Clark Field, and Plano West is on the road, may have a test at Flower Mound Marcus. The Hebron Hawks are on Champion Sports Radio. The broadcast of Louisville Independent School District football is brought to you by Huffines Chrysler Jeep Dodge Plano, where they provide everything automotive along with superb customer service. By Whirly Ball, with 2 locations to serve you, Plano and Hurst, with leagues forming right now at both locations. Visit them online at whirlyball.info. By In Command Broadcasting, a sports TV and marketing company, online at incommandbroadcasting.com. By Point of Origin Design, a full-service design logo creation company offering a wide variety of imprintable and embroidered products. Online, you'll find them at pointoforigindesign.com. By ShockboxDFW.com. Be warned instantly when a player has experienced a head impact that could result in a concussion. Visit ShockboxDFW.com today. By the Greater Dallas Youth Orchestra and the new GDYO Jazz Institute. You're invited to enjoy a cultural experience. Bring your family and do it all without breaking the bank. Visit gdyo.org for more information. Hebron Hawk Football is a presentation of Champion Sports Radio. On Twitter, at Champion Sports. Facebook.com/Champion Sports Radio. And, of course, online at ChampionSportsRadio.com. Our pregame show is presented this evening by Whirly Ball. We'll continue from Hawk Stadium. We'll sit down and visit with Alan Eaglehead man in his 11th year, Tom Westerberg, on the other side of the timeout on Champion Sports Radio.
The end is here. To get Huffines' lowest prices of the year during the final days of Huffines' Model Year-End Sales Event at both locations of Huffines Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram. Take your choice and pay just $269 a month on new Chrysler Town & Countries or Dodge Grand Caravans. Or take your choice and pay just $329 a month on new Chrysler 300s or Dodge Chargers at both locations of Huffines Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram in Plano and Louisville.
Huffines has it!
In Command Broadcasting, a sports TV broadcasting and marketing company. In Command Broadcasting provides a wide array of turnkey video production and streaming services. In Command services include filming of sporting events, season highlights, school graduations, corporate infomercials, and documentaries. In Command streams your sporting event or company function over the internet live or on demand. Call 972-851-7888 to raise the energy of your next event. In Command Broadcasting, 972-851-7888.
There's a time and a place for everything.
As you'll see, projections for the next quarter are...
He shoots, he scores! 2 points for team middle management. The office is not one of them.
Jack, can I see you in my office?
No pouting, it's your ball. Let's see what you got.
But Whirly Ball is. For corporate events, team building, and private parties, Whirly Ball in Hurst and Plano is electric fun. Test your skills on the arcade games. Zip around in your Whirly Bug for a Whirly Ball competition. Or play the most affordable laser tag in the city. Learn more at whirlyball.info.
Point of Origin Design is your one-stop shop for all your apparel, promotional, event, or team uniform needs. Point of Origin Design is a full-service design and logo creation company that offers a wide variety of imprintable and embroidered products. With competitive pricing and quality work, you can't go wrong with Point of Origin Design. It's always best to start at the right point, so visit them online at pointoforigindesign.com. Let them help you plan your next promotional item or design your next t-shirt. That's online at pointoforigindesign.com.
The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention estimates that nearly 4 million brain injuries occur every year due to sports in the U.S. They also estimate that 70% of concussions go unreported. Not identifying concussions early can be devastating, especially if the athlete continues to play with symptoms. Catching hard hits fast is critical, and that's why you need the Shockbox Helmet Impact Sensor. The Shockbox is a small sensor that easily attaches to most football, lacrosse, and hockey helmets and instantly sends a signal to a smartphone on the sidelines when the player has taken a hard hit that puts them at higher risk for injury. The free app receives data from the sensor, displays information about the impact, and even walks the user through a concussion assessment. The app also logs symptom and impact data for future medical use. Visit ShopboxDFW.com to learn more about the Shockbox Impact Alert Sensor and determine if it is the right option for your child. Be warned instantly when a player has experienced a head impact that could result in a concussion. Visit ShockboxDFW.com today. ShockboxDFW.com.
Pre-game programming continues. I'm joined by Allen head coach Tom Westerberg. And Coach, first of all, congratulations, belated, for what you guys accomplished last year. I know that was last year.
That was last year.
Now a great start this year. Your football team 6-0 and just rolling again.
We're playing pretty well. Struggled a little bit early defensively, but have come around here the last 3 or 4 weeks and started to put together some pretty good games.
Your football team, the expectations, I just can't imagine how you deal with it as a coaching staff.
You know, we just take it one game at a time. You know, it's coach speak and, however you want to say it, but our kids really do just take it one practice and one day at a time.
And when you preach that, the kids buy in a lot easier, I guess.
Yeah, they do. We try to get better every day we're out on the field, and we talk a whole lot about it, and they buy into it, They're still kids. Still, sometimes we got practice-wise, got to get on them about how hard we need to practice and stuff like that. But I think they see what the other team before them do, and so they want to do the same thing. They want to repeat it, so they know what it takes to do that.
Personally, we laugh about it between ourselves. A pretty good career decision by you to catch up with Joe Martin and find your way to Allen High School. It's been a good run for you, hasn't it?
It has. I've been with Joe for a long time prior to Allen. We were at Garland and Maybank and Lake Dallas together, and our families kind of grew up together. I still talk to him about, once every couple of weeks. And so, yeah, it was good to, I had applied at some head jobs prior to, almost every year and get turned down. And, this is the only one that I got offered to me. So it's worked out pretty well.
Yeah, I would say so. You talk about this Hebron bunch tonight coming in without any wins, 0-6, but Coach Brazel, he's going to have them ready to play. Your thoughts on this version of the Hebron Hawks?
They're a very talented team, and it's just, they got snake bit and got some injuries and lost some close ones and have been in some games. And so it's just, it's one of those years for them right now, but it's a deal where if you ever take them lightly, they've got athletes that can take it to the house on any play. So it's going to be a tough game. It's always tough over here.
Well, let's hope we can get this in before this weather cuts in. We really do appreciate your time, and good luck the rest of the way.
All right, thanks a bunch.
That's Tom Westerberg, the Allen head coach. Pre-game programming will continue. Brad Denton will sit down with Brian Brazel after these words. You're listening to Hebron Hawk Football on Champion Sports Radio.
The end is here. To get Huffines' lowest prices of the year during the final days of Huffines' Model Year-End Sales Event at both locations of Huffines Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram. Pay just $259 a month on the all-new 2013 Huffines Dodge Starts, only $269 a month on new Huffines Ram Quad Cabs, or only $279 a month on new Huffines Ram Crew Cabs at both locations of Huffines Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram in Plano and Louisville.
Huffines has it.
Stay up on all the latest news about the teams you care about and know when your favorite games are on the air thanks to Champion Sports Radio social media. Either follow @Champion Sports on Twitter or like our Facebook page at facebook.com/Champion Sports Radio, and you will know what time your game starts, who was named Player of the Week, or what your school's alumni are doing in college. That's on Twitter @Champion Sports and facebook.com/Champion Sports Radio. Your home for championship social media.
Are you looking for a way to promote your business or increase exposure? Do you just need more people to know that you're there? Join the Champion Sports Radio team and advertise during these games. In the last 4 years, Champion Sports Radio has broadcast over 600 games to more than 3.5 million listeners. And Champion Sports Radio wants to help you use major high school sports to reach thousands of local fans right in your community. Think about it. Die-hard fans just like you tune in each and every week, giving your business unparalleled access to the community. It's the perfect way for smaller individually owned businesses to cultivate a core clientele or expand their already loyal customer base. To secure your prime commercial spot during the broadcast, contact Thomas Lee at Champion Sports Radio by phone at 972-741-0334. That's 972-741-0334 or online at championsportsradio.com. Champion Sports Radio, your home for championship broadcast.
Are you tired of only spending time as a family huddled around the TV? Would you like to enjoy some culture with your loved ones without breaking the bank? Then let me introduce you to the Greater Dallas Youth Orchestra. The GDYO provides music education and performance opportunities for musically talented youth, but this is no kids' concert. The GDYO comprises 7 different ensembles made up of over 425 talented musicians ages 8 to 18, representing more than 50 communities in North Texas. You won't believe how amazing these ensembles sound until you hear it for yourself. So join them for one of their concerts at the Meyerson Symphony Center or Dallas City Performance Hall. For more information on how to make a donation, as well as a listing of upcoming GDYO concerts, visit gdyo.org. And if you know a talented young musician interested in an unbelievable experience, auditions take place in the spring. Connect with the Greater Dallas Youth Orchestra on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and at gdyo.org.
Presented by Whirly Ball, pregame programming continues from Hawks Stadium, where we welcome in Hebron head coach Brian Brazel. Your Hawks coming off of bye week, and Coach B, tell me the good things about that midseason break.
Well, I mean, one of the best things was just it gave us a chance to, really get back working on some fundamental things, working on just kind of clearing our heads, getting our things going. That we were playing a game of football because it's something the kids love to do, something they like doing, and and our goal is to continue to work and help these kids to, be as good of football players as they can be and develop to become as good of a team as we can be. And the season's halfway over, but again, we still have 5 games left, and we got one in front of us. So our whole goal is we're going to get prepared to go out and play Allen and win that game and go from there. And it doesn't really matter what else we have in front of us right now, or it definitely doesn't matter what's behind us, because all we can do now is look forward. And so Allen's thing we have next, and that's what our goal has been the whole time.
Injuries, certainly a big variable in what has thus far been the story of the 2014 Hawks, but you bring some back healthy tonight.
Yeah, we're getting some kids back tonight, which is good. It is unfortunate some of the guys have had to, weather storm, but again, that's just part of the game. Sometimes you have kids get hurt, and you have to just have other kids step up, and so it's an opportunity for these guys. We are getting Omar Hicks Onu, who was going to be our starting safety going the season, and he tweaked his knee during 2-a-days, and not having him for the first 5 games has really been huge for us. And I don't know where he's going to be. I don't know if he's going to be 100%, but he's going to be back out there playing. He's been chomping at the bit to get back out there. So I don't know if he'll be playing the full time, but we'll start working him back in for sure. We'll get Isaiah Gary back, get Brian Drew back. Clay Holford had a couple of weeks to get him recoup and recover from his hyperextended elbow, and Jalen Slater's back. So we picked up a few kids, got a few kids back, got some kids healthy. So that's been one of the best things about this bye week.
Brian, your young quarterback, sophomore Richard Dodd, gets his initial varsity start tonight. And Richard Dodd piqued all of our interest in his extended varsity debut a couple of weeks ago in Louisville.
Yeah, Richard, he continued to improve as the game went on. Made some nice plays. He scored a touchdown, threw a touchdown pass. Did some really good things for us. And, we knew Rich had a lot of potential. And being a sophomore, you kind of sometimes want to bring those guys along a little bit, give them a chance to grow up. And he's going to get a chance to grow up tonight against the number 1 team in the state of Texas. So it's going to be a great opportunity. It's exciting for him.
It is a night in front of your Hawks, certainly plump with possibility. That is nothing short of a crackerjack across the way. It is, as you mentioned, the state's top-ranked Allen Eagles. That's a 2-time defending state champion.
Yeah, Coach Westerberg has really been able to. Of course, they got the great numbers over there. They have the great facilities, and they've done a great job. Just the whole thing. Just great facilities throughout their whole program, and football and all the sports, and fine arts, everything. They really have invested in their community, and they've really done a lot to make it something good. But obviously, a 2-time defending state champs. Kyler Murray's never lost as a starter for Allen, so. There's a lot of things that you have going out there with him. A lot of confidence and a lot of things like that. But, as we go into the game, we're prepared just like we do with anyone else. We got to go out with a game plan, and we're going to go, with that and attack and go and do the things that we need to do to knock them off tonight. And, again, it'll be a tall task because they are a great football team. We'll have to play our best game of the year by far, and they'll have to probably give us a few gifts along the way. And, we're going to work to see what we can to make sure that happens.
Brian, over the years, we've often heard you implore your teams to weather the storm. Weather the storm. In closing, let me ask you, how are you weathering the storm?
Well, it's been a tough year. I'm not going to lie. Sometimes you go through you go through a lot of different things. I think David, my son, breaking his foot a couple of weeks ago was kind of like the cherry on top. I was kind of like, really, how can after we lost that triple overtime game, and again, you get one chance to coach your son. It's the senior year, and that happens, and so. But I think probably being around him, just how positive he is, has really helped things because he's really had a great attitude through this whole thing. Fortunately for him, he will get a chance to get back for our last game of the year, and so that's exciting for him. It's exciting for me as well. But really and truthfully, I'm doing great. It's just a matter of weathering the storm, like you said. And sometimes we do have a few storms to go through it, but when you look at the big picture of things, and you look at what a football game is, it's not life and death. It's a football game. And, our goal as coaches and what we're hired to do is to teach these kids how to deal with success as well as failure, and how to work hard and, how you got to believe in whatever the cause is, and you got to work every day. You don't ever know if you're going to win. You don't know if you're going to lose, but you go out with the effort to put that in. And so, that's how we've approached it. One of the things that we talked about, we had Neil Jeffrey from Baylor University's 1974 team come out and share with their kids, and again, a guy's a stuttering quarterback and a stuttering preacher. It's kind of an interesting concept there. But the thing he talked about when he was playing for Coach Taft is just the idea of, after they went 2-9 and didn't win a conference game, is you got to believe, and that's the thing we talked about. We've continued to stress that. Regardless, you got to believe. You got to continue to fight the fight, and you got to continue to hold the course. And that's not just talking about the players, just talking about the coaches as well. So we're doing good, and it's we know it's a tall task for us tonight, and we're looking forward to the challenge and opportunity.
Brian, thanks for sharing. Do appreciate the time. Good luck.
Absolutely.
Hebron head coach Brian Brazel. We do invite you to stay tuned. Presented by Whirly Ball, our pregame show continues in a moment on Champion Sports Radio.
The end is here. To get Huff Heinz lowest prices of the year during the final days of Huff Heinz Model Year-End Sales Event at both locations of Huff Heinz Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram. Pay just $259 a month on new Huff Heinz Jeep Liberties. Only $269 a month on new Huff Heinz Chrysler 200s. Or take your choice and pay just $329 a month on new Jeep Grand Cherokees or Dodge Durangos. At both locations of Huff Heinz Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram in Plano and Louisville.
Huff Heinz has it.
Writer Gerald Early said that when they study our civilization 2,000 years from now, there will only be three things that Americans will be known for: the Constitution, baseball, and jazz music. GDYO's Jazz Institute provides young musicians in North Texas the opportunity to learn what it means to be a jazz musician through weekly technique classes and combo rehearsals with professional jazz musicians. From the first note to the final round of applause, GDYO Jazz Institute concerts will amaze and delight both hardcore jazz cats and new fans alike. Learn more about the truly original American art form through the GDYO Jazz Institute. Online at gdyo.org/jazz.
There's a time and a place for everything.
As you'll see, projections for the next quarter are...
He shoots, he scores! 2 points for team middle management. The office is not one of them.
Jack, can I see you in my office?
No pouting, it's your ball. Let's see what you got.
But Whirly Ball is. For corporate events, team building, and private parties, Whirly Ball in Hearst and Plano is electric fun. Test your skills on the arcade games. Zip around in your Whirly Bug for a Whirly Ball competition. Or play the most affordable laser tag in the city. Learn more at whirlyball.info.
Point of Origin Design is your one-stop shop for all your apparel, promotional, event, or team uniform needs. Point of Origin Design is a full-service design and logo creation company that offers a wide variety of imprintable and embroidered products. With competitive pricing and quality work, you can't go wrong with Point of Origin Design. It's always best to start at the right point, so visit them online at pointoforigindesign.com. Let them help you plan your next promotional item or design your next t-shirt. That's online at pointoforigindesign.com.
The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention estimates that nearly 4 million brain injuries occur every year due to sports in the U.S. They also estimate that 70% of concussions go unreported. Not identifying concussions early can be devastating, especially if the athlete continues to play with symptoms. Catching hard hits fast is critical, and that's why you need the Shockbox Helmet Impact Sensor. The Shockbox is a small sensor that easily attaches to most football, lacrosse, and hockey helmets and instantly sends a signal to a smartphone on the sidelines when the player has taken a hard hit that puts them at higher risk for injury. The free app receives data from the sensor, displays information about the impact, and even walks the user through a concussion assessment. The app also logs symptom and impact data for future medical use. Visit ShopboxDFW.com to learn more about the Shockbox Impact Alert Sensor and determine if it is the right option for your child. Be warned instantly when a player has experienced a head impact that could result in a concussion. Visit ShockboxDFW.com today. ShockboxDFW.com.
This broadcast is under the direction and is copywritten by Champion Sports Radio. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or use of the audio stream, and any and all other use of the accounts of this broadcast without the direct written consent and permission of Champion Sports Radio is strictly prohibited. All rights are reserved by Champion Sports Radio and ChampionSportsRadio.com. This is a presentation of Champion Sports Radio, your home for championship broadcasts.
All right, welcome back to Hawk Stadium. Along with Pete Nielsen, Brad Denton, Champion Sports Radio. Balance of the crew is Trent Lynch, our statistician, Weston Lynch. On hand is our remote engineer producer. Peter, this is the fifth meeting between these two teams in as many years. Hebron won the initial meeting back in 2010. A sweet one, 35-28 on the road. Since Allen here by 7 in 2011. And the last couple of years, rather lopsided. 2012, Allen by 25 at 42-17. And a year ago, right here at Hawk Stadium, the Eagles defeating the Hawks 36-17. To dress the ball clubs, Hebron with a royal blue jersey, black numerals trimmed in white, black breeches for the Hawks, and a black headgear. Allen answers royal blue pants, a white jersey, blue numerals trimmed in red. Allen stitched across the chest above the front numbers. A white headgear for Allen. That's a big boasting eagle on the side, either side of the headgear. And perched, honoring the championships. Hebron tries an onside kick off the opening kickoff. It's bounding in the air. It's on the far boundary, and who's got it? Does it go out of bounds to Allen? We are waiting for an official indication.
Is he going to make a call or what?
I think it's out of bounds before the Hebron player, and Hebron did recover at the Allen 45-yard line, but out of bounds in the process of pulling that one out of the air, and the ball will go over to Allen off of the attempted onside kick on the opening kickoff.
Oh, Brad, they had him schemed too, and it's just he recovered the ball. I'm not sure which Hawk it was recovered the ball, but he recovered it out of bounds.
So Allen here in the early go to work from north to south, our left to right. And in great field position from the Allen 45. Kyler Murray out of a shotgun. Feliciano is the running back. This is a handoff to David Feliciano. He'll break it for 5, count the gain at 7.5. Clay Holford, an inside linebacker, featured on the stop at Hebron's 47-yard line. That is a gain of 8 on first down, the carry from David Feliciano. And David alone at 6 foot 225. They'll go back to Feliciano. He'll put the head down off left tackle and barrel his way for a first down to the Hebron 44-yard line. Upended there by safety Caleb Sauter. Along with Sauter in the secondary, Omar Hicks-Onu. Debut 2014 season. The corners, Jordan Johnson and Isaiah Gary. Allen quickly over the ball after achieving the game's initial first down. From Hebron's 44, Murray a play fake. Dancing in the pocket, bouncing, waiting, firing over the middle. That's incomplete. At Hebron's 43-yard line, looking on the post for Worsham Bryant, a junior wide receiver.
Jordan Johnson that time, Brad, for the Hawks. Perfect position. And I see what Hebron's going to do with Kyler Murray. Garbutt's on the field playing outside linebacker, and I believe they're going to use Angelo to try to shadow him.
Second down, same 10 from Hebron's 44. Again, a running play, and David Feliciano runs into a stack after a gain of 3 to the 41-yard lines, lugging the leather between the guards. Again, Feliciano with some power at 225 yards, and he was really racked up there by Omar Hicks-Onu.
And this is exactly what we talked about in the pregame. This is where Kyler Murray's at his best. Third down.
Possession down, 2 wides either way. Murray out of a gun. Fumble. That's a fumble. It's on the ground, and who's got it? Flags are down. Murray picks it up, but whistles had been blown in the process.
Oh,
I don't know if they got a dead ball foul or did that thing just dribble away from the center. Finally, and a false start on Allen. It is a dead ball infraction, so it'll cost the Eagles 5, and 3rd down and 7 become 3rd down and a dozen from Hebron's 46.
Well, big play for Hebron. I hate to say it, he's more dangerous now because it's a longer 3rd down, but good job by Hebron right now, slowing it down a little bit.
One I don't see out there is number 9 in Guyton, the favorite target. 3 wides to the right side. Murray in the pocket. He'll step up. He's dancing. He's throwing and long. There's Guyton inside the 10. Can't run it down. It goes 4th down and 12. Pressure from Garbett on the quarterback, Murray.
But under control pressure. You saw, Brad, he looked like he was going to come in and light him up, but then he remembered it was Kyler Murray, and he didn't want to miss him, and he'd get away. Good job. Broke down. Incomplete. The Hebron defense gets off the field.
Kalen Harrod will deploy to punt it away. Single safety for Hebron is Derek Mueller. Good snap. There's pressure. Partially blocked. Straight up into the air. Toward the far boundary. Recovered by Hebron. Brought by Jarrett Lee. Lee creates the double thud. Forced the hit off of the right foot of Harrod, the punter. And then Jarrett Lee smothers it. It goes straight up the elevator shaft. And Hebron recovers. 1st down. Hawks at the Allen 49.
Well, Brad, we talked about it in the open, and Hebron needs something positive to happen early. And so far, they get a defensive stop, and now Jared Lee making a play, blocking a punt. Hebron starting in plus field position.
How about the baptism under fire? Sophomore Richard Dodd, initial varsity start, sits his offense down. Now we have our officiating crew calling a timeout. Let's introduce those guys. Rodney Allison wears the white hat. He's our referee. The umpire, Denny Mathis. Don Shamlin, the head linesman. F.O. Brown, the line judge, and the back judge, Mr. Andrus Liss. Now we go 1st down and 10 from Allen's 49. Dodd in the pocket. Shoots it. That's caught by a tight end, Joe Martin, and the gain of 4 to the 45. Martin is leveled immediately by inside linebacker James Topo.
And this is a look that we haven't seen very much from this Hebron offense, a passing game. You can spread this defense out a little bit, and maybe that'll give Angelo Garbett the room that he needs to run, because he's run great all year.
Particularly on 1st down. Running play, Garbett digs left side, has the edge, clear a corner. Down to the 40, earning a 1st down at the 38-yard line. Jalen Jones, the lone returning starter at safety, comes up to support, and the open field tackle on Angelo Garbett. We've spewed superlatives about the numbers of Murray. What about Garbett?
Unbelievable start for young Mr. Garbett. 789 yards, 6 touchdowns, 116 carries. And Brad, if you remember, he's got 2 almost touchdowns. He's got a couple, maybe a foot combined stop down on the goal line twice, once against Capel, once against Marcus.
Well, Hebron's matched Allen's 1st down total, 1 apiece. This one earned at Allen's 38. Running play, and that's Allen, or rather Angelo Garbett. He's tripped up right at the line of scrimmage and maybe loses just a breath. 2nd down and long, call it 11.
Yeah, that's Ryan Hyman on the nose at 5'6". He's minute, but he's so quick. He got under Brian Drew that time, and it looked like Angelo tripped up on Drew. No gain on that one.
Hebron up front, featuring Stephen McCarty at a left tackle, Devin Wright a left guard, the centerpiece Brian Drew. Jarrett Farley, the guard right side, operating at right tackle, Hayden Seeley. We've heard from Joe Martin, the tight end, who will be stationed on the right side. The fullback is Chris Brayman. 2 wides, running play. Garbett, off right tackle, barrels his way for the gain of 4 down to the 35-yard line. That on 2nd down, 11. So a possession down confronting Hebron. That's Jalen Jones and Tupou, James Tupou, safety and linebacker, respectively, on the high-low tackle of Angelo Garbett.
Brad, I know I sound like a broken record, but 9 of the 11 Allen defenders within 10 yards of the line of scrimmage, and you just need a chance. If you can give the young man a chance to get the ball out, that will loosen that up. But I like what Hebron's doing, slowing the game down, using the whole play clock. Inside of 10 seconds now, and they're just getting to the line of scrimmage.
Jalen Slater along with Derek Mueller, twins wide left. Dodd runs left. Richard Dodd head down, first down to the 30-28, and spilled on top the 28-yard line. Third down 7, and the feet of the sophomore at 6 foot 175 quarterback Richard Dodd carries Hebron to a second first down. Divine Diggs is on the stop, or rather, is it fourth down? Now they're going to move the sticks and call it first down. I thought he had the necessary yardage. Chain crew a little delinquent across the way.
Young man has happy feet. He got out there and made a nice cut and followed his fullback Brayman into the hole, put his head down and got that yard that he needed for the first down. Nice drive for Hebron. And again, look at the play clock inside of 10.
Working out of a shotgun. Garbett, play fake. Dodd in the pocket, wants to throw. Will run, rolling to the right side. Turning the corner, going to gain 3 and upended right there. Gave a little yardage, trying to make a swivel hip move toward the far boundary, and was scissored down by the open field tackle, registered by Michael Newsom. He is one of 3 sophomores to draw starting duty on this young Allen defense.
And you like the young man, Dodd, just a sophomore, trying to make a play, perhaps more prudent to maybe throw that football out of bounds, but he does pick up a yard.
Second down and 9, Hebron, and as you pointed out, Mr. Nielsen, Hebron milking that play clock. Trying to slow this thing down, realizing that one of their assets tonight be play keep away from Allen's offense. They're explosive. Toss sweep.
Get a block.
Digging left. Garbett inside. Swivel hip. Move outside 20. Banging it down to the 16. Good for a Hawk first down. At the Allen 17-yard line, Angelo Garbett running wild on the edge left side. Finally pulled down by Jalen Jones.
I don't know if you heard me in your ear. I said get a block, and he got a block from Jalen Slater, another of the walking wounded that's come back into this lineup, and that's a great block by Slater, and he almost took it to the house.
Play clock just now in front of 25. Hebron offensively, all 11 turning, looking to the sideline. Plays being signaled in, and they will just amble up to the line of scrimmage. First down earned at the 17. Hebron's third on their initial possession. Dodd counter dives straight ahead. Angelo Garbett bounces outside. Gets away from one guy. Can't get away from this guy. And that's a fine play in the open field by Tupou. James Tupou, the busiest of the linebacking core. And Tupou, yet another sophomore defensively for Allen.
And you got the brothers, junior. One's a junior, one's a sophomore. James is the sophomore. Seheda is a junior, and they both make a lot of tackles.
Here's Hebron, confronted with second down and 10. They will give Angelo Garbett next to nothing. Line of scrimmage is the Allen 17. Hebron will look at sidelines, right open field, left side. Dodd out of a gun. He'll take the snap. A whistle has been sounded, and a dead ball foul cited. And let's see what Hebron has. Referee says false start Hawks, and take it back, second down 15.
Brad, you got to play the perfect game if you're gonna have the man bite dog type thing, and you can't keep shooting yourself in the foot. And that's only a 5-yard penalty, but you can't have it. And so far they're hitting on all cylinders, but that's a little bit 1 step forward, 2 steps back, and looks like you're going to have another wide receiver checking out, and Brayman's going to come out of the game. So you got 3 receivers for Hebron on the field.
Joe Martin, the tight end. Wide receivers, Derek Mueller to the right side. Christian Dawson, slot left. Slater is wide left side. If Richard Dodd goes upstairs, and he may on second down 15.
He got single coverage out here on Mueller.
Line of scrimmage from the 22 Allen territory. Shotgun snap. Richard Dodd steps up in the cup. Flushed out, now scrambling with space. 20, 15, makes his way to the 11-yard line, shy of the first down, stick across the way. Newsom, the open field tackle, on the runaway sophomore quarterback, Richard Dodd, at the 11-yard line.
He's only a sophomore, but he's smart enough when he sees somebody big coming at him, slide into second base, and he does. Actually, he slides into the 11-yard line, 3rd and 5.
And not the first smart decision he made on the play. He was running away from big guys to get out of the pocket.
Agreed. Hebron playing with a lot of poise here, Brad, something we haven't seen a lot of. This is greatness.
For Hebron, Ragsdale checks in at fullback, Jacob Ragsdale. Spelling Brayman at the moment. Big play, 3rd down and 4.
Single coverage
from the 11. From the right hash, Dodd out of a gun. Dodd goes option left. Richard Dodd strung out, turns it up, gains 2. And it'll be 4th down at 1.5 yards, perhaps a short 2 for Hebron from the Allen 9.
Good drive, and they're short by 2 yards. And I don't think there's a doubt what Hebron does here, do you?
Douglas on the tackle, Bryce Douglas. No, I think they will go for it.
Absolutely.
Puncture it. That's really maybe 1.5 yards, a very short 2. Line of scrimmage is the 9.
And just wait till about the play clock getting down to 9 seconds, and you'll hear the noise from across the field because it's right in front of the Allen band.
Need to puncture out 1.5 yards. Keep the drive alive. The fullback, Jacob Ragsdale, under center is quarterback Dodd. Quick snap, toss, Angelo Garbett, head down in traffic, gets the pair he needs, 1st down and goal Hebron, unless he gets a really bad spot.
Well, we've seen that, twice for sure. Let's hope we don't get another one here. I think they gave it. That's close.
It is to be close. They will bring in the sticks, I am certain.
1st down.
1st and 10, Hebron on the eyeballs. Matter of fact, drop the sticks across the way. 1st down and goal, Hawks at the 3:37 mark of quarter number 1.
4th 1st down on the drive. This will be the 11th play. And look at the clock. 3 minutes, 35 seconds left. And exactly what you need. This is the formula that Marcus used as well.
By the way, Peter, if you didn't notice, that's number 10 galloping onto the gridiron offensively. Omar Hicks-Onu.
He's back.
To be stationed at a wide receiver left side.
Another weapon.
A playmaker extraordinaire. Keep an eye on Onu on the outside left side. Even we'll watch that play clock go down and duck in at 1st down goal from the 7. In fact, Dodd will stay and take the snap out of a gun. Offset left, Garbett. Looking to throw, Dodd banged and buried back at the 15-yard line. Good heavens, nobody blocks the blitzing linebacker in Dallas George, the junior, and he flat out puts a headgear between the 1 and the 2 on the blue jersey of Richard Dodd and drives him to the surface, and the loss of 8 to the 15.
Yeah, well, that time Richard showed that he was a sophomore because he locked in on Hicks-Ono, and he was covered very, very well and held the football maybe just a second too long and got lit up, but did a good job of holding on to the football there to live to play another down, and I am so impressed with the clock management thus far by the Hawks.
Under center on 2nd down and goal from the 15. Running play inside. That's Garbett bouncing outside. Hit the sideline. 10. Dance down to boundary 5. Touchdown Hebron. Garbett's 7th of the year and a beauty from 15 yards away. But hang on, we're going to race the thing as a flag is laying at the line of scrimmage. And our referee, Rodney Allison, very demonstrative in the initial infraction indication, preliminary, holding Hebron.
Well, this is the mountain that we've talked about all season. That great run by Garbett, a flag in the middle of the field. I didn't see it. I don't know if it has anything to do with the play, but you said it. The referee was pretty sure of himself, and it wasn't a late flag. It was down the whole time, so he saw it, and yeah, he's giving Coach Brazel the explanation. It's a pull down.
Took the takedown.
Yeah,
out of the squared circle.
Oh, that's tough.
That's 2 penalties on Hebron, along with the sack, and 1st and goal from the 7 becomes 2nd down and goal from the 25-yard line.
And you can see how, you guys can't see, but Coach Brazel, very frustrated, all the way down the opposite 20-yard line, standing by himself, trying to calm himself down. Zach Rogers down there working with him. It's okay, Coach, we're okay.
Dodd out of a gun from the 25 left hash. Dropping, throwing, and quickly for Hicks-Onu in the end zone, overthrew him, and Onu was covered and very nicely by Anthony Taylor, stride for stride.
But that's an option we haven't seen all season. That time the young man throws into double coverage and good coverage, but that ball is there. Omar has a chance to make a play, but here's third down. You got to get some of this back to eat, because now you're maybe looking at a field goal. You want to get it a little bit closer because Hebron has had a little bit of trouble with the kicking game.
Yeah, if you call on Kyler Terry from here, it would be a 42-yarder. I don't know if that's out of his range or not. He's got a bit of a breeze behind him. Let's see how third down goal from the 25 unfolds. Richard Dodd, he's been cool as a cucumber, the sophomore, 6 foot and 175. Out of a gun, a play fake. He drops the throw, has time, shoots the post, tipped, and kicked in the air. And finally caught by a Hawk at the 5, buried at the 3. It'll be fourth down and goal from the 2.5. And who was it that came up with the thrice deflected football?
How about Omar Hicks-Ono, who comes up with it, Brad? And what a catch! What a play! Hey, if I'm Hebron, I go for it again. What a play.
Yeah, and I don't know if even a good play-by-play guy could do that thing justice, and I'm not that.
And I didn't mean to go, in your ear, but that ball's in the air. Trent and I are fighting for it up here.
I'm counting 3 deflections.
Yeah. I think looks like Coach Brazel may be wanting to call a timeout here. He's going to let the clock run down. That's exactly what he's going to do. Point out the play clock.
And we'll take it with him. Minute 23 as we count down. It'll be about a minute 10 when we stop the clock. First quarter scoreless. Allen and Hebron tonight. District 6-6A football on Champion Sports Radio.
The end is here. To get Huffines' lowest prices of the year during the final days of Huffines' Model Year-End Sales Event at both locations of Huffines Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram. Take your choice and pay just $269 a month on new Chrysler Town & Countries or Dodge Grand Caravans. Or take your choice and pay just $329 a month on new Chrysler 300s or Dodge Chargers at both locations of Huffines Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram in Plano and Louisville.
Popeyes has it.
Well, let's check in with an early observation from the man with the pencil, Trent Lynch.
Well, I'll tell you what, Richard Dodd, impressive so far tonight. 5 carries, 13 yards, but he had 21 yards before that 8-yard sack against him. 2 for 3 for 27 yards throwing the ball.
After it all cleared up, Peter, that is right on the 2-yard line from there. Hebron confronted with fourth down goal to go, and I'll make you wish they go for it.
Watch out for the hey diddle diddle play here, as our friend Mickey Tim would say it. Trickery's not a bad thing. They're going to spread them out. I like that.
15th play of the drive from the 2. Mueller along with Hicks-Onu wide right from the left hash. Under is Dodd. Toss sweep. Garbutt digging, diving, touchdown Hebron. Converting fourth and goal from 2 yards away. Angelo Garbutt hits it off a right tackle, and why not put the saddle on the tackle over there in Hayden Seeley. And the tight end in Joe Martin had 1:08 of the first quarter. Hebron the lead 6-0.
Hebron started that drive at 10:09. 16 plays later, Angelo Garbutt in the end zone for the 7th time for the Hawks. Hawks lead.
Kyler Terry turns the Hebron 6 into a 7. Drilling the point after out of a Derek Mueller hold. Go to break, 1:08, first quarter. New count, Hebron 7, Allen nothing.
There's a time and a place for everything.
As you'll see, projections for the next quarter are...
He shoots, he scores! 2 points for team middle management. The office is not one of them.
Jack, can I see you in my office?
No pouting, it's your ball. Let's see what you got.
But Whirly Ball is. For corporate events, team building, and private parties, Whirly Ball in Hearst and Plano is electric fun. Test your skills on the arcade games. Zip around in your Whirly Bug for a Whirly Ball competition. Or play the most affordable laser tag in the city. Learn more at whirlyball.info.
Well, gang, back at the Woodshed, 1:08 remains in our first quarter. And I'm going to look at you guys and say, did anybody else think it was going to be 7-0 Hebron at this point? Talk about the drive, Trent.
A beautiful 49-yard drive on 15 plays, 9 minutes, 1 second off the clock. Beautiful drive by the Hawks. Angelo Garbutt, the 2-yard touchdown run. The Terry extra point. Big plays, guys. 2 fourth-down conversions for the Hawks on that drive.
Jalen Guyton is deep, along with 2 of his teammates. Trent Clark, the man in the middle. And on the near side is Tofu. Onside kick, tumbling inside the 50, inside the 45. Hebron recovers at the Allen 43-yard line. Oh, good heavens. Back-to-back onside kicks.
Sauter got the football, Brad.
Caleb Sauter at the bottom of the massive humanity in Allen territory at the Eagle 46-yard line. First down and 10. The Hawks with a 7-0 lead. The Hawks with possession of the football.
Little trickery that time by the special teams. Everybody else in the middle of the field. Kyle Sauter's over here by himself. What a kick! What a recovery!
Horiatis with the magic off the right foot. Well, here's Hebron. A very poised number 12. A yearling at quarterback. First varsity start for Richard Todd. He's under. Running play. That's Garbutt pounding his way left guard for 3. Give him 5. And down to the 41.5 goes Angelo Garbutt. Jalen Jones, that's a safety coming up to make the stop. The guard on the left side, Devin Wright. The tackle, Stephen McCarty. Either one knocking Eagles out of the neutral zone.
Just about surge right now, and it's just amazing how when positive things happen to a football team, you can feel it. You can feel it up here. You can see it on the sideline. Hey, I hate to say this is going to be the last play of the first quarter.
Taking it down to 22 seconds as Dodd goes under. Running play, and again knocking to the left side of the offensive line. That is Angelo Garbutt, and in traffic he'll put the head down and gain the 1.5 to near the 40 as time will expire in a first quarter. That's all black and blue. Hebron Hawks lead it through 1 at Hawk Stadium. Our count, Hebron 7 and Allen 0.
The end is here. To get Huffines' lowest prices of the year during the final days of Huffines' Model Year-End Sales Event at both locations of Huffines Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram. Pay just $259 a month on the all-new 2013 Huffines Dodge Starts. Only $269 a month on new Huffines Ram Quad Cabs. Or only $279 a month on new Huffines Ram Crew Cabs. At both locations of Huffines Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram in Plano and Louisville.
Huffines has it.
Starting the second quarter here at the Woodshed. Hebron leads 7-0, but Brad Denton, here's the number that may be even more important.
Time of possession.
Allen holds the ball for 1 minute and 51 seconds. That's all of the first quarter. That's almost 10 minutes of possession. It is 10 minutes. 10 minutes and plus some seconds.
Yeah.
Give me a calculator.
Well, we'll see what happens. The weather has held off. It's still said to be coming. Buddy. We may get some wet stuff before the evening. Just keep the lightning away. We'll change ends of the field with this second stanza. Hebron will be working into a rather moderate breeze this evening, if even that, from north to south, our left to right. Again, the Hawks dressed in blue jerseys, black numerals trimmed in white, black breeches and headgear for Hebron. 0-5, the Hebron record. 6 wins, no losses for the state's top-ranked Allen Eagles. Third down 4 from the Allen 40. Dodd's under. Trey Pugh now in at running back, and Pugh gets a handoff and drives for 2. And on 3rd down and 4, it'll be 4th down and 2.5. As Trey Pugh's initial carry, right off the tail of his center Brian Drew, is interrupted pretty early by James Tupou.
This may be like that team from Arkansas that doesn't punt. There's no punter running on the field here.
No, got nothing to lose, and I think the term around the Hebron is all the pressure's on them. Nothing more truer.
What was the slogan? Believe?
Reggie Evans now in at tailback. Toss sweep Evans, digging wide to the right side. Shakes a tackler. There's great pursuit, and Evans is spilled for a loss of 3 back to the Allen 42-yard line. The ball will go over on downs. That picket fence defensively featured free safety Jalen Jones and strong safety Anthony Taylor. And they pursued him very nicely. And I got to ask the question, let's make sure we can find Angelo Garbett.
He just needs a break. He's going both ways. I think I see those shoes over here on the bench. He's fine. Drinking some water.
Here's Kyler Murray and company looking for the equalizer, trailing 7-0, 11-16 until halftime, going from the Allen 42 in a shotgun. Murray on a quarterback keeper will make a move to the outside left and dance for the gain of 8 to midfield, give him 10 to Hebron's 48-yard line. Isaiah Gary is featured on the tackle in the near boundary on the elusive one. And boy, I tell you what, it's like a fistful of water when you got Kyler Murray in the open field.
Untackleable. And that's a big word, but it's...
running play, head down, big gain right here. Look out, Feliciano, goes to the right, 35, sideline 20, 15 to the 10, to the 5, touchdown. Very quickly, Allen answers on a 48-yard touchdown dash by the junior running back in David Feliciano.
And that's just how fast it can happen. Just a big hole that time, and you miss one tackle. Feliciano, he's a big young man at 225 yards, but he can put him up and put him down. He gets into the end zone. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
Sawyer Williams will try to add the straight number. Snap back, the spot's down, the kick is blocked, and it's picked up by the kicker, Williams, who's running for his life, and going to be buried back at the Hebron 20-yard line. The try for the extra point goes for naught. It was blocked by Isaiah Gary and back into the lap of the kicker, who picked it up and went on a wild run, tackled back at the 20-yard line at the 11-minute mark, quarter number 2. New score, we go to break with Hebron's lead paired to 1. It's the Hawks 7, the Eagles 6 on Champion Sports Radio.
Stay up on all the latest news about the teams you care about and know when your favorite games are on the air thanks to Champion Sports Radio social media. Either follow @Champion Sports on Twitter or like our Facebook page at facebook.com/Champion Sports Radio, and you will know what time your game starts, who was named Player of the Week, or what your school's alumni are doing in college. That's on Twitter @Champion Sports and facebook.com/Champion Sports Radio. Your home for championship social media.
Back at the woodshed, boy, it doesn't take long after Allen to tie this one up, Trent.
It doesn't.
Oh, they don't tie it up. My bad.
It doesn't take long, but it's from a guy you didn't expect, David Feliciano, on the 48-yard touchdown run. However, the extra point blocked by the Hebron Hawks. Only a 2-play, 58-yard drive, 16 seconds is all, 7-6 Hawks over Allen.
Sawyer boots it away, and that's a big leg into it, and out of the back of the end zone on a hop near the baseline. Hebron goes to work leading by that straight number. It's 7-6 with 11 minutes remaining until halftime from the Hawk 25-yard line.
And it's time for another one of those 9-minute drives, don't you think? But no, Feliciano, all you hear about is Murray, all you hear about is Guyton, and then you get a guy like him that just
averaging 7 yards a carry.
He's pretty good.
Yeah.
Only a junior.
That's a sixth rushing touchdown for one David Feliciano. And here's Hebron, Richard Dodd and company, leading 7-6. Going to work, throwing on first down. Now scrambling on first down. Dodd will slide after the gain of 4.5 to the 29+. And on that tackle for Allen's Eagle is Jason Martinez out of the linebacking core. Gain of 4, second down, half a dozen.
Boy, he's not scared, is he? Young sophomore, he's playing. And here's the Hebron slowdown. And, in years past, you would never see this. But this is smart tonight. Very, very smart.
Yeah, the up-tempo thing out the window, at least when the Hawks have possession. Angelo Garbett, the pair of deuces on the blue jersey, lines up at tailback. Jacob Ragsdale works at fullback. Under center, Dodd. Toss sweep, right side. There goes Garbett, the gain of 2.5. And he's way down at the 32.5-yard line. Angelo Garbett, Garrett Whitaker. That's a defensive lineman bouncing outside. The defensive end, another underclassman, 5'9", 211-pound junior, on the stop of Corbett. Got half of it, 3rd down, 3.
And this Allen defense is slowly but surely starting to creep up, Brad. And they tried to throw it on 1st down, weren't able. Interesting to see what Jamie Carr does here on 3rd down.
One of the Allen absences is starting defensive end Levi on Wuza Ure, and he is out with injury, and he's a mouthful, and he's a good player. Shotgun snap. Dodd digs to the edge, left side, tripped up behind the line of scrimmage. That's a dandy play, making penetration and getting the shoestring tackle his nose guard, George Brooks. And Hebron forced to punt it away for a first time this evening, confronted with 4th and 4.
Just a little bit too long, and Allen did a nice job of stringing it out, and he didn't have a chance to cut it up, did young Mr. Todd. And here's the Hebron's first punt of the evening.
Stanton Turley will make the deep pass to his punter in Jake Gennard. Peeled off to return. I believe it's a high kick, not going to be returned. It bounces from Allen's 40 and down the sideline inside the 30 and out of bounds near the 25-yard line. Call it the 26. Allen with Bryn Mahina back there took a look at the 44-yard punt launched by Jake Gennard and wasn't going to return it. Took a friendly Hebron hop, and here's Allen looking for their initial lead of the ball game, taking over at 8:46 until halftime.
Boy, Jake Gennard's become a weapon. He really does a nice job punting for the Hawks.
Allen on the short end of a 7-6 scoreboard. New running back in Keon Williams. 5'5", 170 at tailback, senior. Play action pass, Murray in the pocket. Looks, throws, and long. This in the air at the 40. Nice catch made by a well-covered receiver who is dragged down, and that's Gayton. And he is covered and so nicely by Hicks. And it's just like you said, Peter, throw it up and let an athlete by the name of Jalen Guyton go and get it. And he would go and get it.
And look at the hurry up here with Allen. You're right, Brad. He just goes and gets the ball at its highest point.
Running play inside. First carry of the ball game, Keon Williams. Picks on his right guard and is run down by nose guard Jarrett Lee of Hebron after a gain of 3. That's down to the Hawk 31-yard line. And again, Allen, the total opposite of Hebron, going up-tempo and no huddle. Out of a pistol set. Murray to throw. In the pocket, looking. A lot of time. He'll shoot to the near boundary. The catch is made. Now dropped and coughed up in the open field. Jelani Heath is on the cover. And the wide receiver for Allen, who maybe should have caught the football, I believe is Garrett Morris.
And good coverage that time, but good late pressure that time by Holford. Brad, garbage check back in the game to shadow Kyler Murray.
Beg your pardon, that was Kelly Hall, number 12, who coughed up the pass. 3rd down and 7 from Hebron's 31. Working from just inside the left hash mark. Murray out of the shotgun. Will throw it. The catch made it to 25. The tackle made it to 25 by Jelani Heath. It's going to be close for a first down. But I think the receiver will lean and get the first down. Quick trigger on the pass to the tight end, Lee Morris.
And good recognition that time by Murray, seeing that the corner was off 5 or 6 yards. All they needed was 6 yards. Good pitch and catch for Allen that time.
Morris, the 13th catch on the year. Good for a first down. Quick out pass in the far flat. Make a guy miss, dancing down the sideline and carrying for nearly a first down to Hebron's 15-yard line, and that is the youngster who had the miss previously in the possession, but here latches on and carries very well in Cary Hall.
He's tiny, and he's quick with the feet. Hebron looked like they had him wrapped up, but he made a couple guys miss and able to pick up a nice gain, 9 yards.
Here's Murray. Quick pass near flat. Caught at the 15, driving, breaking a tackle at the 12, and spilling inside to the 8-yard line. On that receiver is Omar Hicks. The ball carrier is Will Rossi. Another in this stable of wideouts for Allen.
And this is like NASCAR on steroids, how fast they're running in this offense. And Hebron, everybody knows Hebron's a little thin. And Allen and Coach Moxon are on the field call timeout.
We'll do the same. We step out. 6:54 until halftime. Our count continues. Hebron 7, Allen 6 on Champion Sports Radio.
The end is here. To get Huff Hines' lowest prices of the year during the final days of Huff Hines Model Year-End Sales Event at both locations of Huff Hines Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram. Pay just $259 a month on new Huff Hines Jeep Liberties. Only $269 a month on new Huff Hines Chrysler 200s. Or take your choice and pay just $329 a month on new Jeep Grand Cherokees or Dodge Durangos. At both locations of Huff Hines Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram in Plano and Louisville.
Huff Hines has it.
That's six-year defensive coordinator Eric Mock who called the timeout for Hebron. He'll gather his defensive 11, and Peter looking for a kid to put his finger in the dike.
Yeah, he needs to find a way to slow this offense down, and I think the start that the Hawks got the Allen Eagles' attention, and they've been turning up the heat a little bit here with this drive. Seventh play, Trent? Is that what you got? That's what I have.
Yep, this will be the seventh play.
The teams, the drives define what's happened. Hebron, a 15-play, 49-yard drive. Allen, 2 plays, 58 yards.
That's the difference.
Here's Allen after timeout, earning the first and goal from Hebron's 7 left hash mark. Murray to Feliciano. He's hitting the backfield and dropped for a loss of 2.5, maybe 3 to the 10-yard line. And on the stop, penetration up front for Hebron by outside linebacker, guess who? Angelo Garbett.
That's a good job by Garbett. Actually, he had some help out there, and it looked like Feliciano. Hey, Feliciano isn't Kyler Murray. He's not going to beat anybody to the outside. Good job by Garbett.
Now Murray will go straight shotgun, spread set. His 2 targets to the left and 1 to the right side.
Watch the quarterback draw here. His favorite play.
It's second down goal from the 10-yard line. Here's Murray. He'll take the snap. A lot of time dancing, looking, throwing in a crowd. That is nearly intercepted by Isaiah Gary. Isaiah Gary did everything but pick it off. Breaking in front of the intended receiver near the goal line, Kerry Hall. And oh my goodness, Isaiah coming off of thumb surgery.
Still has it
3 weeks
taped up.
ago.
Still has it taped up. But good coverage. Hey, that's great coverage by Hebron. He had nowhere to go with that football. Here's a big third down right here.
And Peter, he had plenty of time.
Oh, that's a touchdown if Gary touches it.
Yeah, he would have gone the other way, the better part of 100 yards. Here's Murray. Third down and goal from the 10. Man in motion left to right. 2 receivers right, looking right. In the pocket, here's Murray. He'll scramble, and inside the 10 is going to be knocked down at the 5-yard line. Will be a 4th down goal confronting Allen from the Hebron 5. And on that stop in the open field, and give the youngster credit. Nathan Grant first hit, but also had some help from his pursuing nose guard, Jarrett Lee.
It's the first time that Hebron does blitz, and Holford comes free, but he is so elusive, and he just makes Holford miss, and good pursuit by the Hebron defense.
So a 22-yard field goal attempt from the near hash mark, spotted the 12 from Nick Greenberg. The field goal is on the way and drilled true by Sawyer Williams. Freeze the second quarter clock at the 5-minute, 29-second mark. And Allen, the Eagles, their initial lead of the ball game. New count, Allen 9, Hebron 7 on Champion Sports Radio.
In Command Broadcasting, a sports TV broadcasting and marketing company. In Command Broadcasting provides a wide array of turnkey video production and streaming services. In Command services include filming of sporting events, season highlights, school graduations, corporate infomercials, and documentaries. In Command streams your sporting event or company function over the internet live or on demand. Call 972-851-7888 to raise the energy of your next event. In Command Broadcasting, 972-851-7888.
Along with Pete Nielsen, Brad Denton. The book on the Allen scoring drive, that's a play drive of double digits, Trent.
It was a play drive of double digits. It was a 10-play drive, 3 minutes, 17 seconds off the clock. The play went for 49 yards. The 22-yard field goal by Sawyer Williams. It's 10-7, Allen over Hebron.
Williams, a line drive kick, get a carry on a bounce through the end zone. Hebron will go to work down by a pair, 9-7 from the 25-yard line. That one skittered pass. Isaiah Gary, who was back deep along with Angelo Garbett, but Hebron now confronted with their initial deficit of the ball game, trailing by 2. with a lot of clock time, about the midway mark, quarter number 2. 5:29 to be exact until we arrive at a ceasefire at Hawk Stadium. Big Allen crowd across the way and a very respectable Hebron crowd immediately below us. District 6A football. The team at the top of the totem pole is Allen. The team dwelling in the cellar are the Hebron Hawks. Here's Richard Dodd. Counter dive and a carry. Man, not much doing. Oh, fumble, and it's loose, and Hebron recovers way back just inside of the Hawks' 20-yard line. And at the bottom of the stack there with the recovery for Hebron,
Victor Miller.
Is Victor Miller working its series at fullback.
Good job that time by Victor, not quitting on the play. Hebron's got to find a way to stretch this defense out again, Brad.
Mueller wide one way, and look who's wide to the left side. That's Colton Chapin. Chapin has played quarterback, has played defensive safety, and now in at a wide receiver. Hebron milking the play clock. We're just now at the 17-second mark, so we got a minute. As I mentioned, Allen gave up big numbers early on in wins over Geyer and Dutch Fork. 94 points they gave up in a couple of games. There's a really fine defensive play. Allen getting after people at the line of scrimmage and knocking the wheels up from under Angelo Garbett is Marquise Matthews. He's one of the linebackers, and he was in there in a hurry and just snuffed out any idea that Angelo had to get wide left.
Nowhere to go. He gets the corner turned, and he's there waiting for him, Brad. And this Allen defense, after that Hebron drive that lasted almost just over 9 minutes, has responded.
And Pete, I beg your pardon on the identification of the youngster carrying the football for Hebron. Garbett getting a breather. That was Trey Pugh, who was knocked down for the loss back to the 15. From there, 3rd down 20 Hebron. Dodd, play action pass, flags and whistles, and hang on here as Hebron has it locked into reverse. A false start will make a 3rd down 25 for the Hawks from the 10-yard line.
Now these penalties are starting to add up here now for Hebron. Trent, what is that? That's like the 5th penalty?
No, that's the 3rd penalty, 20 yards.
A crowd that was really buoyed up through a first quarter that was all Hebron, settling in and witnessing Allen doing what they do. I believe this Allen team is ranked, as high as number 2 in the national polls. They are loaded, a 33-game winning streak. Here's Hebron, 3rd down 25 to Riddle. That's a running play, and that's Trey Hughes. That's another whistle. That's another dead ball foul cited. And that's Hebron one more time guilty, I believe, of the infraction. But hang on, little zebra conference here. Our line judge on the near side will confer briefly with our referee, Mr. Rodney Allison. Says no penalty, timeout Hebron. 3:08 until halftime. Well, we'll step out with the Hawks. It's Allen 9, Hebron 7 on Champion Sports Radio.
Writer Gerald Early said that when they study our civilization 2,000 years from now, there will only be 3 things that Americans will be known for: the Constitution, baseball, and jazz music. GDYO's Jazz Institute provides young musicians in North Texas the opportunity to learn what it means to be a jazz musician through weekly technique classes and combo rehearsals with professional jazz musicians. From the first note to the final round of applause, GDYO Jazz Institute concerts will amaze and delight both hardcore jazz cats and new fans alike. Learn more about the truly original American art form through the GDYO Jazz Institute. Online at gdyo.org/jazz.
3:12 remain here in our second quarter at the Woodshed. Allen leads Hebron 9-7, and Hebron with one of those play calls that I'm glad I'm up here with you guys and not down there trying to figure out what you want to run. 3rd and half of Carrollton or Louisville or wherever the heck we are. Where is Hebron, Brad?
It's up there in North Carrollton specifically. But the attendance zone covers beyond North Carrollton, Frisco, a piece of Plano, part of the Colony.
Well, we may need to get to the other side of Carrollton here to get a first down.
They need a bunch. 3rd down 25, 3:12 until halftime. From the 10-yard line, go running play straight up the middle. And banging it out to the 15 to the 18, 19-yard line is Trey Pugh. And Hebron will be confronted with a 4th and 6 and punting time. Sione Tupou, inside linebacker and brother of James Tupou, on the stop of Trey Pugh. And now you call on Turley, the sophomore deep snapper. Put one on the money to Jake Gennard, who will punt it away. And the punt returner is Kerry Hall. That's a good snap, no pressure. Gennard, ball in the air. Hall not going to return it. Hebron bounce and a big one from the 50-yard line, tumbling for 5, 10, 15, 20-plus yards, and finally rolls over the boundary near the Allen 26-yard line. 2:26 until halftime, and I can assure you from a Hebron perspective, they would love to settle this thing and go in, take the 2-point deficit, trailing 9-7. 55 yards on the latest punt of Jake Gennard.
And most importantly, no return.
All right, Jelani Heath working on the corner on the right side. Left corner is Isaiah Gary. Allen really spreads it out. 5 wide, 3 right, 2 left. Empty backfield, save Kyler Murray, the quarterback, out of the gun. He'll take a snap. He'll look. He'll throw. That's complete. Feliciano, the catch at the 30, and knocked down at the 33-yard line by Dallas Shagoya. And the gain of 7. And the clock continues to roll. Feliciano tried to get out of bounds, couldn't. As Murray sets him down, again empty backfield, again 5 wide. Open side, right side. Murray, no pressure. Dancing, throwing to the post over the middle. Caught him very nicely. Midfield, and climbing the ladder, pulled down by Hicks Onu, is Zachary Cawthorn, the senior tight end. Cawthorn, the catch. Ticking at the 150 mark. First down earned at the Hebron 48. Murray, dancing quarterback draw, now scrambling wide to the right, great speed, turn a corner, makes one guy miss, still shaking, and breaking to the Hebron 40 to 38, and maybe enough for a first down.
Just unbelievable ability to make people miss. That time was Garbett who came in under control, and it'll be a timeout on the field here. We'll go to break as well, Brett.
Minute 35 until halftime. Along with Pete Nielsen, Brad Denton, thanks for joining us tonight on Champion Sports Radio. Our count again, 95 ticks until halftime. Allen 9 and Hebron 7 on Champion Sports Radio. Tonight's Hebron Hawk broadcast brought to you in part by the Greater Dallas Youth Orchestra and the new GDYO Jazz Institute. You're invited to enjoy a cultural experience. Bring your family along and bring them all, and don't break the bank in the process. Visit gdyo.org for more information. Well, there's been a taffy pull here through the better part of 2 quarters. Minute 35 seconds remaining until halftime. Allen's lead at 9-7. Allen looking for more as they go to work. Second down and 1 after the timeout at Hebron's 39-yard line. And a offense that can light the candles in a hurry. Feliciano now working in the backfield out of a shotgun. Murray, the senior quarterback. Mr. Texas football. He's looking. He'll throw. Man open. Catch made inside of Hebron's 30. Breaking a tackle. Down the sideline. 15. 10 to the 5. And touchdown. Caught and carried by the wide receiver in Kerry Hall, latched on around the 26-yard line, made a guy miss near the 20, and then spun down the near sideline, and all in all, a 39-yard Murray to Hall touchdown connection.
Just so dangerous, and they strike so quickly, and no chance. Once the young man gets out in the open field, Hebron does a great job of pursuing, but he gets to that pylon, just barely gets into the end zone.
For Kyler Murray, a 19th touchdown pass, and Sawyer drills the point after, and Allen opens up their big lead of the ball game. Have the Hawks currently by 9 as we go to break. 1:25 until halftime. It's Allen 16, Hebron 7.
To get Huff Hines' lowest prices of the year during the final days of Huff Hines Model Year-End Sales Event at both locations of Huff Hines Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram. Pay just $259 a month on new Huff Hines Jeep Liberties. Only $269 a month on new Huff Hines Chrysler 200s. Or take your choice and pay just $329 a month on new Jeep Grand Cherokees or Dodge Durangos. At both locations of Huff Hines Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram in Plano and Louisville.
Huff Hines has it.
125 remains in our first half here at the Woodshed. Allen on the scoreboard again, extending the lead 16-7. Trent, tell us about that drive.
Well, it was a lot shorter than the last one. Only 4 plays, 76 yards. And I'll tell you what, a minute and 1 second off the clock. The 38-yard touchdown pass, Kyler Murray to Kerry Hall. Extra point by Williams, 16-7, Allen over Hebron.
Sawyer Williams bangs it out of the end zone, and for a third time here in the first half, Hebron off the touchback will go to work first down from the Hawk 25-yard line. 2 really good head coaches and both a pleasure to work with. Of course, week in, week out, we get the opportunity to work with Hebron's 15th-year head man, Brian Brazel. The overall record, Coach Brazel, 105 wins, 63 losses. In his 11th year over this Allen program is Tom Westerberg. We heard from him pregame. Peter, how about Mr. Westerberg with this game number 141 at Allen, 124 in the win column, only 16 losses.
Well, like I said in the interview before the game, he made a really good career decision.
Trey Pugh off left guard, big opening, and from the 25, he'll gallop for 15 to the 40-yard line. Yeah, that career decision was somehow find a way to jump in the hip pocket of then head coach at Lake Dallas of the Falcons, Joe Martin, back in 1988. Here's Dodd. Counter dive. Trey Pugh bucks for 5, for 6. Give him 10, make it 11 to midfield.
And not going down.
And not going down. Trey Pugh, the argument put up all the way to the Allen 48-yard line, and that is a gain of 13.5.
Hawks would just... Oh, the scoreboard says Hebron has no timeouts left. I thought they had one, but apparently not.
Scoreboard can tell you a story on a case.
What does the voice of reason have?
The voice of reason has only 2 timeouts
utilized.
Used
one
by
remaining.
the Hebron Hawks. That's right.
Here's Dodd working in Allen soil at the 48. Running play, Trey Pugh against the grain, and that's diagnosed and pretty well. Sniffed out and in a hurry and gang tackled is Pugh, and maybe losing a yard in the process back to the Allen 49.
I guess they don't have one because Coach Brazel's over here telling the young quarterback to spike the football.
Here's Dodd, and he does just exactly that. He will spike it and stop the clock at 26 seconds remaining. We stay here after Westerberg caught up with Joe Morton back in 1988 at Lake Dallas. They took the show on the road. 1991 through 93, Maybank. And from 94 through 2000, Joe Morton, the head coach, Tommy Westerberg is offensive coordinator at Garland High School. Topped out with the 1999 5A state championship. Then Joe Morton moves to Allen there for 3 years. Goes 31-9, then turns the keys over to Coach Westerberg 11 seasons ago. Here's Dodd to throw. Under pressure and back at his 45-yard line. Big time pressure in the backfield, and in a hurry back there for the Allen Eagles is Divine Diggs, a senior outside linebacker.
Yeah, he had help from George Brooks, the big nose tackle, and Brad, I think that's going to be it for our first half.
Final seconds slip away, and we have arrived at halftime at Hawk Stadium. District 6-5A, and a good one still in the balance through 2 quarters. Our count, Allen's Eagles 16 and the Hebron Hawks 7. You're listening to Hebron Hawk football, brought to you by Huff Hines Chrysler Jeep Dodge Plano on Champion Sports Radio.
This broadcast is under the direction and is copywritten by Champion Sports Radio. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or use of the audio stream, and any and all other use of the accounts of this broadcast without the direct written consent and permission of Champion Sports Radio is strictly prohibited. All rights are reserved by Champion Sports Radio and ChampionSportsRadio.com. This is a presentation of Champion Sports Radio, your home for championship broadcasts.
The end is here. To get Huffines' lowest prices of the year during the final days of Huffines' Model Year-End Sales Event at both locations of Huffines Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram. Take your choice and pay just $269 a month on new Chrysler Town & Countries or Dodge Grand Caravans. Or take your choice and pay just $329 a month on new Chrysler 300s or Dodge Chargers at both locations of Huffines Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram in Plano and Louisville.
Popeyes has it.
Are you tired of only spending time as a family huddled around the TV? Would you like to enjoy some culture with your loved ones without breaking the bank? Then let me introduce you to the Greater Dallas Youth Orchestra. The GDYO provides music education and performance opportunities for musically talented youth, but this is no kids' concert. The GDYO comprises 7 different ensembles made up of over 425 talented musicians ages 8 to 18, representing more than 50 communities in North Texas. You won't believe how amazing these ensembles sound until you hear it for yourself. So join them for one of their concerts at the Meyerson Symphony Center or Dallas City Performance Hall. For more information on how to make a donation, as well as a listing of upcoming GDYO concerts, visit gdyo.org. And if you know a talented young musician interested in an unbelievable experience, auditions take place in the spring. Connect with the Greater Dallas Youth Orchestra on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and at gdyo.org.
Do you need a boost in exposure? Want to reach local, community-minded folks with information about your business? Join the Champion Sports Radio team and advertise during these games. In the last 4 years, Champion Sports Radio has broadcast over 600 games for more than 3.5 million listeners. And Champion Sports Radio wants to help you use major high school sports to reach thousands of local fans right in your community. It's also a way for your business to give back to the community by helping all these well-deserving student-athletes get some recognition for their accomplishments. The cost simply can't be beat for the effect it will have. You get a lot of bang for your buck, and best of all, it provides an opportunity for the best advertisement of all, word of mouth. To secure your prime commercial spot during the broadcast, contact Thomas Lee at Champion Sports Radio by phone at 972-741-0334. That's 972-741-0334 or online at championsportsradio.com. Champion Sports Radio, your home for championship broadcast.
Stay up on all the latest news about the teams you care about and know when your favorite games are on the air thanks to Champion Sports Radio social media. Either follow at Champion Sports on Twitter or like our Facebook page at facebook.com/championsportsradio, and you will know what time your game starts, who was named Player of the Week, or what your school's alumni are doing in college. That's on Twitter at Champion Sports and facebook.com/championsportsradio, your home for championship social media.
Our statistician is Mr. Trent Lynch, and he's working feverishly on the first half numbers. Our remote engineer producer, Trent Lynch, and we're glad Trent's around, and Weston, don't want to do it without him. Pete Nielsen joins me. I'm Brad Denton. We're Champion Sports Radio. We are at halftime, Hawk Stadium, the venue this evening. Into it, Allen, the top-ranked team in the state, the two-time defending state champion at 6 wins, no losses. And Hebron's still wearing the bagel on the left side of the column. 0-5 at the midway mark of 2014 for the Hawks. But we have been treated to a dandy first half. And, Peter, as we arrive at halftime, right on cue, that radar you've been following showing up. Not a lot of heavy, wet stuff at the moment, but it is starting to come down.
Radar screen has nothing. So I don't know what this stuff is that's blowing out of the sky, but it's nothing compared to what's out by Abilene that's on its way. And it's just a matter of time before it gets here. And perhaps you folks can hear in the background the Allen Marching Band that is taking over literally the whole field.
If you were here, you couldn't miss them.
Oh, my goodness.
That is a band with an astronomical count, and I believe it's 600 plus young musicians, and they put on quite a show, and it is a grand production between the Allen Band and the Talonette drill team, and they are entertaining a good-sized crowd here on hand at Hawk Stadium. Really proud of the Hawk followers who have a ball club that have a new kid on the roster that showed up and won't leave. Murphy, as in law.
Yeah, it's been a tough season, and every time something good happens, it seems like it comes back to hurt them, and it happened here in the second quarter when you make a play and you cause that turnover, and perhaps the score is a little bit different, but you got to give Hebron credit. Coach Brazel, Coach Carr, and Coach Mock really doing a good job so far of keeping Allen off of their feet a little bit.
Well, let's talk about how we got to our halftime count, which is Allen 16 and Hebron 7. What a first quarter for Hebron. To summarize it, the Hawks win the coin toss. They defer decision. They will take the football in the second half. Kickoff to Allen. That high-octane offense records a first down, perhaps two, but they do run out of downs, in fact, and turn it over to Hebron.
Block punt by Jarrett Lee on the first punt attempt of the game for Allen. Hebron takes over in plus field position 49 at the 49-yard line.
And then they mount, how do you take 15 plays and 9 minutes to cover 49 yards? Hebron figures out a way to do that, and that is the scoring drive summary on play number 15 of a tremendously exciting drive. It's punctuated on a 4th down and goal from the 2-yard line, and Angelo Garbett able to barrel it in for his 7th rushing touchdown. But that was textbook stuff on the 15-play clock-eating drive in the first quarter for Hebron.
In fact, Hebron goes 2 for 2 on that drive on 4th down, and a good job of scoring some points. And a couple. You asked the question, why did it take 15 plays? There was a couple penalties thrown in there, but they were in fact the Garbett touchdown called back on that drive, and Hebron does go up 7-0. And
that was 1:08 remaining first quarter.
Well, they don't have enough because on the ensuing kickoff,
go onside for a second time
successfully. And recover.
Caleb Sauter recovers and does it in good shape inside the 40, in fact, in Allen territory. Hebron can't convert that into points.
No, they can't, and it doesn't take long for Allen, once they get the football, to do something. 2 plays, one a long run by Murray, and then to the end zone they go.
With Feliciano, David Feliciano, 48-yard run, and it's that story that we've had to define too many times for Hebron. A running back gets loose, a tackle missed in the secondary, and he'll leave the Hawks singing the bye-bye blues. David Feliciano, a 45-yard second quarter touchdown, John. This comes at 11:01 until halftime. As you mentioned, Peter, 2 plays, 58 yards, only 16 seconds of clock time expire on the drive. Bring on a sure extra point kicker in Sawyer Williams, and Sawyer Williams gets a foot into it, but it's turned around by a block from Isaiah Gary, and Hebron leads 7-6 after the missed point after touchdown. That was again at the 11-minute mark of quarter number 2. It's Allen again after Hebron kind of crawled into a shell, and Allen started getting really aggressive defensively, successful defensively. Allen takes over. 8 minutes left in that second quarter of play, and they mount what for them is a long drive and chew up 3 minutes, 7 seconds of second quarter clock time. 10 plays, 49 yards, culminated after the drive finally did stall after achieving first down and goal at the Hebron 7-yard line, and it ends up with a 22-yard Sawyer Williams field goal, and Allen snags their first lead of the ball game at 5.5 minutes until halftime by a count 9-7 over the Hawks.
And when you talk about what could have been on second down and goal, Murray throws the ball out to the sideline. Hebron has a chance to make an interception and most probably a pick six, and not able to make the catch, and 2 plays later, the Sawyer Williams field goal changes the score. Hebron gets the ball back again, unable to do anything, and boy, that Island offense strikes again.
Wow, they take over, and 2.5 minutes left. Got 76 yards in front of them. Well, they cover that 76 yards in 4 quick plays. Only a minute 25 remain in that second quarter. when, they go airborne, a 39-yard strike from quarterback Kyler Murray. And we're almost tired of spewing superlatives about Murray, but it's for real. Throws a bullet down the field, caught very nicely by Kerry Hall around Hebron's 25. He'll make a guy miss, then dance down the sideline. In total, a 39-yard strike to thread. Kyler Murray to wide receiver Kerry Hall. And Allen opens up their big lead of the ball game. The drive punctuated by the Sawyer Williams point after touchdown, which is good. It completes the arrangements from where we are between the halves at Hawk Stadium. Allen by 9, 16-7 over Hebron.
Trent will go more in depth with the numbers here in this first half, but Brad, very rare that you see a half with only 9 possessions, but that's all there was. 9 possessions offensively combined for both teams.
Two terrific programs. Hebron, this a 15th year of varsity competition. Again, overall, 105 wins and 63 losses. 10 playoff appearances for Hebron, including 3 in a row. And they are, of course, can point to the big flag that sails a courtesy of a 16-0 2005 season when the Hawks claimed a Class 4A Division II state championship. Allen, on the other hand, 24 playoff trips overall, 14 in a row. Last miss was back in 1998. 17 of the 24 playoffs since elevating to the top rung of the classification ladder, then Class 5A, back in 1992. And Allen, button-busting proud of not 1 or 2, but 3 state championships claimed in 2008 and then duplicated 2012 and 2013. Allen by 9 over Hebron. Eagles 16, Hawks 7. You're listening to halftime programming on Champion Sports Radio.
The end is here. To get Huff Hines' lowest prices of the year during the final days of Huff Hines' model year-end sales event at both locations of Huff Hines Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram. Pay just $259 a month on the all-new 2013 Huff Hines Dodge Starts. Only $269 a month on new Huff Hines Ram Quad Cabs. Or only $279 a month on new Huff Hines Ram Crew Cabs. At both locations of Huff Hines Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram in Plano and Louisville.
Huff Hines has it.
Many heart conditions can be fixed, but many of us don't know we have a problem until it's too late. On April 2nd, 2009, Zachary Schraw, a 16-year-old sophomore offensive lineman, died of sudden cardiac arrest, the number 1 cause of death among student athletes. Like so many SCA victims, Zach had no heart issues, nor did anyone in his family. If Zach had an echocardiogram, he might have been able to avoid suffering a condition that takes 10,000 of our youth each year. In his memory, Living for Zachary was formed to try and prevent SCA from taking the lives of youth everywhere. Join in the fight today and stop the silent killer of SCA by scheduling your young athlete for an echocardiogram, a procedure that can detect any heart issue with 99% accuracy. For more information, visit www.livingforzachary.org. That's living4zachary.org, and let your heart be heard.
Writer Gerald Early said that when they study our civilization 2,000 years from now, there will only be 3 things that Americans will be known for: the Constitution, baseball, and jazz music. GDYO's Jazz Institute provides young musicians in North Texas the opportunity to learn what it means to be a jazz musician through weekly technique classes and combo rehearsals with professional jazz musicians. From the first note to the final round of applause, GDYO Jazz Institute concerts will amaze and delight both hardcore jazz cats and new fans alike. Learn more about the truly original American art form through the GDYO Jazz Institute, online at gdyo.org/jazz.
There's a time and a place for everything.
As you'll see, projections for the next quarter are...
He shoots, he scores! 2 points for team middle management. The office is not one of them.
Jack, can I see you in my office?
No pouting, it's your ball. Let's see what you got.
But Whirly Ball is. For corporate events, team building, and private parties, Whirly Ball in Hearst and Plano is electric fun. Test your skills on the arcade games. Zip around in your Whirly Bug for a Whirly Ball competition. Or play the most affordable laser tag in the city. Learn more at whirlyball.info.
The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention estimates that nearly 4 million brain injuries occur every year due to sports in the U.S. They also estimate that 70% of concussions go unreported. Not identifying concussions early can be devastating, especially if the athlete continues to play with symptoms. Catching hard hits fast is critical, and that's why you need the Shockbox Helmet Impact Sensor. The Shockbox is a small sensor that easily attaches to most football, lacrosse, and hockey helmets and instantly sends a signal to a smartphone on the sidelines when the player has taken a hard hit that puts them at higher risk for injury. The free app receives data from the sensor, displays information about the impact, and even walks the user through a concussion assessment. The app also logs symptom and impact data for future medical use. Visit ShopboxDFW.com to learn more about the Shockbox Impact Alert Sensor and determine if it is the right option for your child. Be warned instantly when a player has experienced a head impact that could result in a concussion. Visit ShockboxDFW.com today. ShockboxDFW.com.
Well, it stopped raining here at the Woodshed, thank God, but the entertainment is continuing on the field and in the press box. 12-13 still left in our halftime. Weston Lynch caught up with Hebron head coach Brian Brazel, and be interesting to see what Coach B has to say.
Coach Brazel, your Hawks down 16-7 at half, but they've given the Allen Eagles all they can handle. You chew up just about the whole first quarter on that one drive. What do you do to replicate that in the second half?
Well, we did some things. We tried to get a couple onside kicks. I mean, a great team like that, you got to keep their offense off the field. They're very explosive. They can do a lot of things. So I was proud of the way offense did a good job of just taking up the clock and being able to milk it all. So we got to we get the ball started second half. We need, we finished with a pretty good drive there, run the football. So we just got to continue to do things that we do well.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck second half.
All right, thank you.
It's head coach Brian Brazel, and pleased, but still knows that there's a long way to go in this football game. And Trent Lynch would like to bring you in now, and statistically, Hebron has their way in the first quarter, especially with time of possession, but the game changed in the second quarter a bit.
Well, they did have their way, those Hebron Hawks, in the first quarter, considering that they had the ball for a little over 17 and a half minutes of the first half. Over 9 of those were in the first drive. 7 first downs, 25 rushing attempts, only 66 rushing yards, which is not typical Hebron Hawk here in the first half. But Allen has been pretty stout defensively throughout against that Hebron Hawk run.
Well, Trent, they have. And you looking over your shoulder at your numbers, 25 carries, 66 yards on the ground, 2.5 yards a carry, and then completing 2 of the 4 passes. And one of those was something that was deflected 3 times before it landed in a kid's lap inside the 5-yard line. You can't hang your hat on those all that much. Yeah, if you want to push something, one of the very impressive first half performances, it's on this defensive unit at Allen, limiting Hebron to a mere 93 first half yards.
Only 93 first half yards. I haven't seen that very often in the time that I've been working Hebron Hawk games. Hebron, as we mentioned a couple times, 3 big penalties. One of those a holding penalty on a touchdown run. However, Hebron was able to get that back and make that touchdown. The offensive star so far, in some ways in this first half, has been the punter with 2 punts averaging 50 yards, and a very nice job
Jake Gennard
by Jake Gennard so far in this first half.
Is the answer. Hebron's with the 3 penalties, and you mentioned a couple of them came in critical areas. They were able to overcome the holding call. Doesn't sound like much until you look on the Allen side of the ledger, and the Eagles only find 1 flag at their feet, and it's only a 5-yarder.
Only a 5-yarder, and we talked about Hebron's time of possession in the first half. It used to be time of possession was a pretty important stat in the game of football. If you controlled the ball, you controlled the game. Allen scoring their 16 points, only having the ball for 6 minutes and 25 seconds of that first half.
Peter, as I said, they can light the candles and make it happen in a hurry. Allen with 8 first half first downs. They only run the ball 8 times, but get 85 yards on those 8 carries, averaging over 10 yards per pop. Murray completes 7 of his 11 passes, 1 for the touchdown, 129 yards through the air, 214 total first half yards for Allen, a bit less than their average as an Eagle offense right at 502 yards per ball game.
Oh, he talked about the Hawks having to play the perfect game, and they've stubbed their toe a couple of times, but defensively they've been pretty good. And even on the big completion that Murray did have to Guyton, Hicks Ono is right in his back pocket. It's just a case of an athlete making a better play. And Hebron can't, you said they held them under their normal yardage, so that's a positive, too. It's just you got to stop making those silly mistakes if you're even Hawk.
Individually, the busiest of the Hawk ball carriers, Angelo Garbett, no surprise there. He has the Hawk touchdown, 11 first-half carries, good for, in total, 27 yards, and a couple of them red-numbered carries tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
Richard Dodd, also the quarterback, has 8 carries for 9 yards, sacked a couple of times, but when he's actually been running the ball as a play in the run game, he's been pretty solid in that. Trey Pugh, 6 carries for 30 yards. So Trey Pugh actually spelling Angelo Garbett towards the end of that first half with
off some pretty good runs.
With Angelo playing both ways tonight, trying to key in on Kyler Murray, his quarterback. But Trey Pugh has done a nice job this evening. Richard Dodd, 2 for 4, 27 yards passing the ball. One of those passes to Martin for 4 yards, and then Hicks Onu had the
deflection,
triple deflection for 22 yards. On the other side, you take a look, David Feliciano, 5 carries, 60 yards, 48 of those on one carry of the touchdown. Kyler Murray carrying the ball only 3 times, 25 yards, but he's been effective passing the ball, 7 for 11, 129 yards, 1 touchdown, that to Kerry Hall, who has 2 catches for 49 yards. Jalen Guyton only 1 catch this evening for 40 yards. Lon Morris for 7 yards. Feliciano has a catch for 7. Will Rossi 1 for 7. And Cawthorn a catch for 19. So as you can tell, it's not just Jalen Guyton and Kyler Murray tonight. Kyler Murray is spreading the ball all over the field.
And impressed with this Allen team. I'm not sure, Peter, that we haven't seen more impressive Allen teams through 2 quarters of play anyway.
And I think in a lot of ways, Coach Westerberg's not, he's a smart man. I don't think you're seeing the whole package tonight as well. I think you're seeing a lot of kiddos getting a chance to play. Maybe defensively you see some new names out there and some offensively, but it's still the guy that stirs the pot offensively, he's not going to come out of the game unless this one gets out of control. Before we go, Brad, to our break here during halftime, I'd like to share some 6-6-8 scores with you because I know you're always interested.
All ears.
Louisville and Flower Mound playing over at Flower Mound. It's Louisville 24, Flower Mound 14. Hebron will travel over to Flower Mound next week and take on the Jaguars, a game you can hear right here on Champion Sports Radio. A game also being played over at John Clark Stadium, Plano East, crosstown rivalry. Your thoughts on this one, especially they calling this one the McCullough Bowl, and it's Plano 27, Plano East 6, and you've known both of those guys for a long time. Your thoughts of them playing each other, and maybe even comment on the article in the newspaper this week.
Well, yeah, we have. I mean, Jadon McCullough was a hard-hitting inside linebacker the first year I covered schoolboy football, and that was back in 1979. Had a good senior year. In 1980, a Wildcat quarterfinal ball club before being knocked out by Highland Park. And little brother Joey was a hungry, hard-hitting linebacker for the Plano East Panthers. About a half dozen years later, mid-'80s, played for Coach Bailey over there at Plano East, and they are both at their alma maters. It's an interesting story. The McCullough family, a good family, an old Plano family, and an old hard-working dad and blue-collar folks, and both of the kiddos have done a pretty doggone well in doing what they love, and that's working with young people. I hear, Peter, that Plano versus Plano East, and my goodness, what a nice rivalry over the years. Not surprised it's lopsided this evening because I think the Wildcats have a little more dry gunpowder than they do over on the east side of town here in 2014. But my goodness, I remember the first one ever played in the first varsity season of Plano East, which was 1982, and with a shoehorn you couldn't fit another one in there at John Clark Field that night, as over 17,000 on hand to look onto that one. It was a really terrific rivalry and has been through the decades, Plano and Plano East.
last score of the district, also Plano West and Flower Mound Marcus, a game that may be that end up might being the third and fourth member of the playoffs going out of this district. And right now, Plano West leads Marcus 24-17. West looking to rebound from a loss last week to Plano, in which a game that the all-everything running back Soso Jamambo held to 58 yards by that Plano defense. And in talking to Thomas Lee, who called that game on Champion Sports Radio, Plano's defense was just all-world and frustrated Jamambo to the point where he just could not get any room. He kept running hard. They forced him the ball. He had over 30 carries, only 58 yards. But interesting to see how this district's going to break out, and we can talk about that a little bit more.
9-team district, and of course 4 teams will advance. Everybody's penciling in Allen. And by the way, the Eagles, Peter, these guys are in search of a 9th consecutive district championship. The last time they were anything but the kingpins of a particular district was back in 2005, and the Plano Wildcats of 2005 had to run the table and go 10-0 to keep Allen a game back in that one. In fact, that 2005 district loss by Allen to Plano, the only one since. Hebron's Hawk knocking off Allen at the old double wide, the original Eagle Stadium back in 2010, the initial game of this now 5-game series. Allen, by the way, leads the series 3-1.
Hey, Brad, while you have a minute, it might be a good time to say hello to all of our listeners all across the country. And where are you going? I was going to give you a chance to talk about something very special to you, too, and you're going to run out on me.
Here he comes.
Here he comes.
You talked him back.
Talk about something that's going on in your home state.
Well, got to say, I'm shout out. Proud of my younger brother, my youngest brother.
And there's a bunch of them, aren't there?
There were 7 boys.
Thank you.
Raised by the great Buell and Barbara Lynch. Number 7, Craig Lynch, is the head coach of our alma mater where we all grew up, the Glidden Ralston Wildcats, facing Coon Rapids Baird Crusaders tonight.
8-man ball?
8-man football, number 6 versus number 7. Glidden Ralston leading right now 36-22.
Well, congratulations, Trent, and congratulations to little brother. And they may be able to talk about that 8-man game, the branches of Eric Mock's family tree, which listen in on a weekly basis, I understand, in Minden, Nebraska, and welcome into the Mock Bunch this evening.
And they may even play 6-man football in Minden. Big in Nebraska.
And also greetings sending the way of those that belong to head coach Brian Brazel, daughter Danielle up in Fayetteville this evening, involved with the University of Arkansas football program, now working on a graduate degree. Couldn't be prouder of you. The Alabama Crimson Tide coming to call on the Hogs tomorrow. And also Gabrielle at Siloam Springs, Arkansas, the co-ed at John Brown University. And those are 2 of Coach Brazel's youngsters. The third one, the senior defensive end, idled currently with a broken foot in David Brazel. Saw David and shook his hand earlier in the street clothes. He said, I'm getting closer, and I'm going to play football before this thing's over in games number 9 or 10. At the half and about to conclude halftime activities, our halftime programming this evening brought to you by Huff Hines Chrysler Jeep Dodge Plano. We invite you to stay tuned, kick off the back half of this one. Through 2 quarters, Allen leads Hebron 16-7 on Champion Sports Radio.
The end is here. To get Huff Hines' lowest prices of the year during the final days of Huff Hines Model Year-End Sales Event at both locations of Huff Hines Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram. Pay just $259 a month on new Huff Hines Jeep Liberties. Only $269 a month on new Huff Hines Chrysler 200s. Or take your choice and pay just $329 a month on new Jeep Grand Cherokees or Dodge Durangos. At both locations of Huff Hines Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram in Plano and Louisville.
Huff Hines has it.
In Command Broadcasting, a sports TV broadcasting and marketing company. In Command Broadcasting provides a wide array of turnkey video production and streaming services. In Command services include filming of sporting events, season highlights, school graduations, corporate infomercials, and documentaries. In Command streams your sporting event or company function over the internet live or on demand. Call 972-851-7888 to raise the energy of your next event. In Command Broadcasting, 972-851-7888.
Shell experts here to talk about the protective shield you see at Shell stations all over the country.
Featuring us.
It's there to remind you that no other gasoline protects your engine better than Shell nitrogen-enriched gasolines.
Mm-hmm.
Now with 20% more cleaning agents than before.
Performance-robbing gunk doesn't stand a chance because your intake valves and fuel injectors are protected.
Actively shielded.
Hence the big protective shield here.
So try Shell nitrogen-enriched gasolines today. No other gasoline protects your engine better.
For quality auto service and repair, see the folks at Flat Shell on Preston Road at I-635.
Stay up on all the latest news about the teams you care about and know when your favorite games are on the air thanks to Champion Sports Radio social media. Either follow @Champion Sports on Twitter or like our Facebook page at facebook.com/Champion Sports Radio, and you will know what time your game starts, who was named Player of the Week, or what your school's alumni are doing in college. That's on Twitter @Champion Sports and facebook.com/Champion Sports Radio. Your home for championship social media.
Point of Origin Design is your one-stop shop for all your apparel, promotional, event, or team uniform needs. Point of Origin Design is a full-service design and logo creation company that offers a wide variety of imprintable and embroidered products. With competitive pricing and quality work, you can't go wrong with Point of Origin Design. It's always best to start at the right point, so visit them online at pointoforigindesign.com. Let them help you plan your next promotional item or design your next t-shirt. That's online at pointoforigindesign.com.
Well, Brad, it ain't the frozen tundra of Lambeau Field, but the rain,
whatever it is,
has started to fall.
Yes, it has.
I'm glad we're inside.
And coming down at a pretty brisk pace as Allen kicks off this third quarter. From our right to left, south to north, the approach, Sawyer Williams. That's in the air, should be returned. Angelo Garbett from the goal line. He'll bring it up the right hash. Out across the 5. Oh, he's thrown before he gets to the 10-yard line. Is Garbett, and that's fine kick cover by the Allen Eagles, and down there in a hurry along with some friends. But the first blow delivered by Jalen Sharp. And as I mentioned, Posse showed up after Jalen got there in a hurry at the 9-yard line.
Angelo gets up looking out his ear hole. He got lit up that time, and with a little bit of limp, it was like, where'd everybody go?
Hebron with Brian Drew at center, Jared Farley and Devin Wright, the Hawk guards. At tackles, Hayden Seeley along with Stephen McCarty. Of course, Hebron missing everything offensive tackle in Zach Rogers out with a knee injury. Trey Pugh gets the handoff, left tackle. Pugh opens in the backfield, and that's Tupou, James Tupou, a linebacker who will swallow up Pugh on a loss of 1 back to the 8-yard line.
Got an Allen player down. Doesn't look good either, just grabbing at the lower leg. And also for Hebron, Angelo Garbett, after that kickoff return, went right to the bench and has not returned.
Peter, an official timeout. Let's do the same. 24 seconds into this back half, we continue. Allen 16 and Hebron 7.
The end is here. To get Huffines' lowest prices of the year during the final days of Huffines' Model Year-End Sales Event at both locations of Huffines Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram. Take your choice and pay just $269 a month on new Chrysler Town & Countries or Dodge Grand Caravans. Or take your choice and pay just $329 a month on new Chrysler 300s or Dodge Chargers at both locations of Huffines Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram in Plano and Louisville.
Popeyes has it.
Well, let's go back to play. The injured Allen Eagle, and pleased to say under his own volition, makes his way to the far boundary. Divine Dig, spelled by Dallas George, at an outside linebacker. And Hebron confronted now as we wind time back in and count down at 11-15, 11-14, third quarter. Second play from scrimmage, second down, 11. Hawks work from their 8-yard line, trailing 16-7. The quarterback is Dodd. He'll hand it away and outside on the right side, out to the 10, out to the 15, and spun down near the 17-yard line. I believe that is Reggie Evans on the carry.
It is.
And Tupou, that's Sione Tupou, another inside linebacker playing inside out on the roll down tackle. Reggie Evans Shy of the first down, but not by much. Third down, 2 yards.
Weather update. The once empty radar here in Louisville is
not kidding.
It's coming.
And that's a pretty steady downpour right now.
It's got some pretty colors now.
Hebron with Evans working in the backfield. 5'6", 175, deep tailback. Under is Todd. Toss Evans, head down, drives for a first down, and this will depend on the spot. Out across the 23 near the 24-yard line.
They're going to call it short. BB.
Yeah, by a half yard, fourth down and a little bit for Hebron.
Got to punt it.
And they will send on the punting unit. And in a rain, shy of a driving rain, but a steady rain at the moment. I think the driving rain may show up when that radar does that you're showing me right now. It's pretty solid.
Yep, it's coming.
Kerry Hall is deep, the punter for Hebron. Jake Gennard gets it in the air away from Hall. And another fine punt and another friendly Hebron roll from midfield down to the 40, down to the 30. A flag down as the ball's covered near the Allen 30-yard line. That's a very late flag.
I got the
don't
flag.
know what for.
I got the flag. It's a cheap shot by one of the Allen guys. The ball's rolling. They're going to call it on Hebron?
Yeah, actually, the Hebron defender going down laid out the return man.
After oh, yeah, I saw it. The blocker hit a Hebron guy. Oh, yeah.
Dead ball, personal foul will cost Hebron.
Well, they
15.
missed the first one because if they didn't, Coach Brazel wouldn't be on the field. So I know what I saw.
As you mentioned, Trenton, as you saw, the call's on Hebron. Now Brian Brazel will call over our referee, Rodney Allison, and give him the what for. And he's not fooling around with it. If Rodney Allison had an ear hole, Brian Brazel's right in the middle of it. Not going to talk him out of the 15-yard penalty. Coach B's going to get his money's worth. And now Allison's starting to back away. And Brian Brazel matching step for step the retreating referee.
I don't know how you missed the first one. And a lot of times they miss the first one and they catch the second.
Now, are they going to mark it all?
I think they did. No, then that's what Coach Westerberg wants.
Yeah, he said, where's the 15 yards?
Oh, here it comes.
There it is. There's 5. There's 10. 15 across the 40 and out across the 45. In total, they'll set it down at the 47-yard line. And Allen, great field position, leading by 9.
They're pretty good, Brad. They don't need no help.
They are pretty good. And rain continues to fall here. Looks like the wind's now kicked out of the north and pretty strong.
Watch the temperature drop now.
Kyler Murray and company setting up, leading by 9. Handed away, Feliciano breaks a tackle behind the line of scrimmage. Hebron pursues marvelously. No gain on the play. Running Feliciano to the boundary, and on the tackle is Jelani Heath, Hebron's senior corner.
Good pursuit that time, inside out by the in middle of the defense, but Heath does the job of not giving up the corner.
Guyton, Wells, and Bruckner, the wide trio. Here's Murray to throw. Murray throws. Bruckner the catch at the 47. Dances down the sideline inside of Hebron's 45 to the Hebron 42-yard line. Jelani Heath on the cover and the late tackle. A first down earned on the passing arm of Kyler Murray to Zach Bruckner. And Bruckner not with many catches on the year. In fact, according to the stat sheet, his first of the season. Bruckner, a lean 150-pound, 5'10 senior. Here's Murray. Wants to throw on first down. Looking and scrambling. There's the opening. There's the carry. And he'll spin down to the Hebron 35 and tackled by Holford in pursuit at the 32-yard line. The quick scramble of 10 and another Allen first down. The quick feed of Kyler Murray.
Every time you put pressure on him with a blitz, he just finds the crease and is able to take it up the field.
Jarrett Lee, Nathan Grant, Julian Harris up front for Hebron. Latest Allen first down earned at the 32. Here's Murray. He'll throw it over the middle. That's deflected away by Gary and incomplete. Gary on good tight cover of intended receiver Kerry Hall. the youngster who had the 39-yard touchdown reception first half. Pressure from Jarrett Lee, the nose guard, on Murray.
Well, I think, Coach, it looked like there was a hold penalty that was missed offensively that time, and Coach Brazel is still steamed.
Second down 10 from the 32. Here's Murray, quarterback draw, zigging to the 25, zagging to the 20, and spilled at the 19. Maybe on the 20, Hicks Onu. Omar on the tackle in the open field on the elusive one. Where's the number 1 does Kyler Murray.
And he was making good defenders miss. He's that good.
From the 20, quick out pass, Jaden across the way. Jalen Guyton, I believe, to catch it to 20 to carry to the 15-yard line. A flag down. As
now Holford's down, and there's a flag right next to him, and he's holding a leg. So let's hope that we had nothing cheap behind the play, but doesn't look good for Clay Holford, and there's a flag right next to him. I don't want to say what number did it, but I'm going to tell you it was Greg Little behind the play, took his legs out.
And here's Holford getting help coming off the field. He'll be spelled at an inside linebacking position. And let's see by who. Chop block. Could be Ragsdale. And it is chop block. You say it was thrown by Greg Little?
Oh, I promise you it was Greg Little.
The big highly recruited junior right tackle. Says he's going to go to A&M, but it's early.
20 yards away from the play.
Don't need it, Greg. You're better than that. And I will make you wish that Tom Westerberg and his staff won't hesitate whispering that same kind of thing in Greg Little's ear hole. The mark-off out to the 25-yard line, 35 rather. From there, first and 25. 7:57, third quarter. Running play, Feliciano slices off right tackle. He'll go for 5 for 10, give him a dozen, and down to Hebron's 23-yard line. On second down and 25, gets about half of it. And on the tackle for the Hawks is Julian Garcia, now working at safety. Play action, Murray dancing. Murray flag down. Flag. Murray's not down. Murray to the 20-10, 15
Look at this. That's
to the
not
5.
a penalty.
And there is the holding the ball out as he dances into the end zone is Murray. Couple of flags down. One of them thrown very late, and I think it's on Murray,
on
the ball carrier.
No, I think it may be on the block on the 5-yard line by Guyton. But Trent and I are looking back at the line of scrimmage. There's two guys wrestling. There's no call there.
Oh, I thought we had an early flag.
There is a flag.
There is one flag, but it's only one flag, and it was thrown at the 5, and it was the Guyton block.
Well, this is getting messy.
A little bit, and the rain has seemed to have subsided a bit at the moment.
Oh, hold on. Pete Delkus.
That wind kicking in with some teeth now from the north.
It's just for a moment. Trust me.
The mark-off of 10 from the spot of infraction, the 6-yard line, out to the 16. From there, second down, and Allen will need 7 for a first. Line of scrimmage is the 16-yard line from the right hash mark. Here's Kyler Murray and company, looking to build a 16-9 lead. Murray in the pocket, under some pressure, eludes a guy. Will throw it in the end zone, man wide open, catch made, Feliciano, touchdown of 16 yards. And Kyler Murray,
I'm telling you what, Brad.
Kind of pointing and carrying on with the Hebron bench after he threw the touchdown
and
pass.
Another block below the waist. Greg Little does it again. There's another Hebron guy laid out, and no flag, and Brian Brazel's just about to snap.
Yeah, Brazel's inside the hash mark, just wearing out our referee Rodney Allison.
And Greg Little stands over whoever it is after he does it again.
Murray, touchdown pass 16 yards to a wide-open David Feliciano. And Murray did that by drawing the defenders as if he was going to scramble and then pulled up.
Missed that?
Threw up late. Yeah, the youngster down, now up for Hebron. Walking off under his own volition, very pleased to say, is Jarrett Lee, the nose guard. Here's Sawyer Williams trying to add the point after touchdown, and flag is down. The Williams kick is good, but let's see if it stands. Getting a little bit chippy right here. Allen front running, and they have a lead now, and they're throwing a weight around. And let's see what we got. Roughing the kicker against Hebron.
Of course they do.
All right, Williams point after touchdown will stand, and they'll mark it off on the ensuing kickoff. And the lead now for Allen at 7:22 of a third quarter. It's the Eagles 23, the Hawks 7 on Champion Sports Radio.
There's a time and a place for everything.
As you'll see, projections for the next quarter are...
He shoots, he scores! 2 points for team middle management. The office is not one of them.
Jack, can I see you in my office?
No pouting, it's your ball. Let's see what you got.
But Whirly Ball is. For corporate events, team building, and private parties, Whirly Ball in Hearst and Plano is electric fun. Test your skills on the arcade games. Zip around in your Whirly Bug for a Whirly Ball competition. Or play the most affordable laser tag in the city. Learn more at whirlyball.info.
7:22 remain in our third quarter. Allen up now 23-7. Be a short kickoff. We'll go to Trent right here for the scoring drive.
8 plays, 53 yards, 2 minutes, 10 seconds on that drive. 16-yard touchdown pass, Kyler Murray to David Feliciano. The second touchdown pass tonight for Murray. The Williams extra point, 23-7, Allen over the Hebron Hawks.
Williams, without the extra 15 yards, has been booting it into the end zone here against the wind from Hebron's 35. Launches it way deep, and Omar Hicks will gather it in and will not return it. And Hebron will work from the 25-yard line on the hostile end of a third quarter scoreboard, 23-7 Allen, 7:22 remaining in the third stanza. Well, Hebron wants to hang around, be competitive now. It's the time to mount something offensively. They haven't mounted anything since a go-ahead first quarter touchdown drive. Here's the Hawks. Brian Drew, Jarrett Farley, Devin Wright, Stephen McCarty, Hayden Seeley tackle to tackle. Tight end is Joe Martin, left side. Quarterback is Dodd. The running back is Pugh, swinging out of the backfield. That's caught and very nicely carried. And out to the 30-yard line and buried after a zig and a zag after the catch was made is Jalen Slater. Where's the 17? Slater with not many catches on the year. A Allen Eagle defender is slow to get up, hasn't gotten up, and an official timeout will stop the clock at 7:05 of a third quarter. Peter Allen the lead, 23-7.
We'd like to thank Randy Rogers and the team over at Huffines Chrysler Jeep Dodge Plano for being such strong supporters of Hebron Hawk football. Are you searching for a new or used Jeep, Dodge, Chrysler, or Ram? At Huffines Chrysler Jeep Dodge, we provide everything automotive and a superb customer service. With Huffines Chrysler Jeep Dodge, you'll get a reliable and stylish new car at a price that doesn't break the bank. Not sure what we're going to do without old Randy around next year, Bradley.
Randy's going to be busy, I think, making a lot of trips up to Fayetteville and following the Razorbacks. His youngster, and that's one of the real shames of the 2014 season, is Zach Rogers, the blue chip offensive tackle for Hebron, a day one starter since a freshman. Idled last year, missed his complete junior season of 2013 with a knee injury, and came back very strong. And in game number 4 on the year, he is knocked out on the road at Plano against the Wildcats with a broken ankle and out for the year. But still a big part of this program, cast and all. One of the captains tonight was Zach Rogers, out for the coin flip. Hebron continues, even trailing 23-7, to be in a slow-down mood. Having not seen Angelo Garbutt offensively. Trey Hughes working the series. 2nd down, 6 Hebron. Richard Dodd stumbles, pulling out from center and goes down in a heap. The unforced error, and the sophomore quarterback loses 3 in the process. Pulling out from Brian Drew, maybe tripped over the offensive center's foot, perhaps one of his guards.
And since that first drive, it's like this Allen defense woke up, didn't expect Hebron to be able to drive the football on them like they did, and since that drive, it's been tough going for the Hawks.
midway mark, quarter number 3. Hebron now confronted with 3rd down 8. Working from the Hawk 27-yard line. Out of a shotgun, Richard Dodd, sophomore signal caller. He's got it in the pocket. He'll throw it on the far flat. That's caught for a first down. Very nicely done. That's Mueller. Derek Mueller's first catch of the night, and caught it despite the pretty good cover of Jalen Jones. And for Mueller, Hebron's leading pass catcher, now in double figures, his 10th catch of the year, and he's near 100 yards.
And it's a good job of the young quarterback, Dodd. Low snap, he's able to corral it and make a nice throw for the first down. And that's what you need to see. And you know what? You may not win this football game, but this is great experience. You're not going to play a better team than this, and this is a great experience for this young quarterback finding his way.
The Dodd to Mueller completion out to the 40-yard line. First down, Trey Pugh gets a carry, busted for 3. The door closes in a hurry at the 43-yard line. My goodness. Allen defensively moving around pretty good. I thought there was a little wrinkle there for a moment for Pugh, but Jalen Jones leads the charge, slamming the door after the gain of 3 for Trey.
Yeah, they're not as big as they've been over the years, Brad, but they are quick. And I think if you're going to hurt them offensively, the only way you are is going to be up the middle, because they really pursued very, very well sideline to sideline. And again, that time they tried to get it in the middle, and you're right, there was something there, but it shut down early, quick.
The big horse, Trey Pugh, 6 foot 210, now spelled by the minute one, Reggie Evans at running back. At 175, 5'6", little crinkle, look out. That's Reggie Evans, 45, break a tackle, 50 on his feet, Allen territory to the Eagle 40. Zigging and zagging, now cutting against the grain, inside the 35, and Reggie Evans will ramble to the Allen 32-yard line. From his 32 down to the Allen 32.
Well, you know, Reggie Evans is kind of the unique kid. He's played a little bit when games get out of hand.
Got some wiggle, doesn't he?
Garbutt's, trying to get loose over here on the sideline, stretching out. It looks like he may have a cramp. He's over here on the 30-yard line. But I'll tell you what, Reggie Evans says, put me in, coach, and makes a bunch of people miss. That's second first down in this drive for the Hawks.
The first down earned in Allen territory at the 4-minute mark at the 32-yard line.
Rain stopped.
Rain has abated for the moment, and here's Hebron.
I don't know for how long, but it stopped.
Richard Dodd takes a shotgun snap, peeks to the edge left, good speed, get a corner, gain of 2, and then chased out of bounds by that quickly pursuit of the Allen defense under defensive coordinator Corey Kane.
Well, again, we just talked about how hard it is to get outside on this team, and Dodd looks like he has
good feet.
As Trent said at halftime, some good feet, but boy, they just ran him down.
Yeah, gain of about 1.5 yards, perhaps. That's being generous. Second down long, Hebron. Well, Reggie Evans continues to work in the backfield. Slater wide left, Mueller wide right side. From the Allen 31, toss sweep, they'll go reverse. Back to the quarterback, who will throw long for Mueller in the end zone, and he overthrows Derek Mueller. And Mueller was in front of the defender, who adjusted to that pretty well in Anthony Taylor. But had the pass been on the money, Derek Mueller would have made the over-the-shoulder catch, but a full stride in front of Derek.
And Mr. Dodd got introduced to varsity football in the biggest of ways right there. Boy, Trent shaking his head. He got lit up. But what a nice-looking throw. It looked like Mueller quit on it a little bit and then had to re-engage and just couldn't catch up. That ball had some good hang time. It had the wind behind it as well.
I figured we'd see baling wire and duct tape, the kitchen sink, and we are this evening. Even with 2 onside kicks in the first half. One of those was successful. Third down 9 from the Allen 31. Here's a handoff. Here's Evans, right side. Evans splits 2 tacklers and carries for the gain of 4 to the 27 on third down 9. Make you wish this is 4-down territory for Hebron. Dallas George, an outside linebacker who has been very visible this evening on the stop of Reggie Evans.
Well, and there's nothing there, but somehow he splits the 2 defenders, Reggie Evans does, and Hebron will go for it on fourth down.
Work from the 32, the line to gain the 27. Timeout, Hebron will let the play clock run down before they expel the timeout. We'll take it with them. It is late third quarter as we approach the 2-minute, 10-second mark. And Allen's Eagles have stretched a 16-7 lead to now a 23-7 lead. Allen over Hebron.
The end is here. To get Huff Heinz' lowest prices of the year during the final days of Huff Heinz Model Year-End Sales Event at both locations of Huff Heinz Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram. Pay just $259 a month on the all-new 2013 Huff Heinz Dodge Darts. Only $269 a month on new Huff Heinz Ram Quad Cabs. Or only $279 a month on new Huff Heinz Ram Crew Cabs. At both locations of Huff Heinz Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram in Plano and Louisville.
Huff Heinz has it.
2 minutes, 12 seconds remaining in our third quarter. Hebron trails Allen 23-7, Brad. And this fourth down, it looks like Hebron's going to run out the field goal team. And with the wind behind the young man's back, this kid definitely has the leg to get this here from, what would it be, 44 yards.
Colton Chapin will hold it. From the right hash mark, it is a 44-yard attempt. Kyler Terry, wind at the backside. There's the snap from Slayton of this spot and the kick on the way. Line drive kick, and he is good just inside the right upright at 2:07. Tack on 3, third quarter clock, and Hebron trims into the Allen lead, now cut to 13. New count from Hawk Stadium. Allen 23, Hebron 10, 2:07, third quarter.
Point of Origin Design is your one-stop shop for all your apparel, promotional, event, or team uniform needs. Point of Origin Design is a full-service design and logo creation company that offers a wide variety of imprintable and embroidered products. With competitive pricing and quality work, you can't go wrong with Point of Origin Design. It's always best to start at the right point, so visit them online at pointoforigindesign.com. Let them help you plan your next promotional item or design your next t-shirt. That's online at pointoforigindesign.com.
Well, Hebron with a field goal, a distant shot by Kyler Terry, and it's a nice-looking drive for the Hawks.
A very nice 44-yard field goal by Terry on a 9-play, 48-yard drive. 5 minutes, 15 seconds used on that drive for the Hebron Hawks. It's now the Allen Eagles 23, the Hebron Hawks 10, 2:07 left in the third quarter.
Do they dare go for the hat trick?
Jalen Guyton's deep to man center deep is Trent Clark.
Oh, they do.
Jalen Jones, there's the onside kick, and that'll bound right into the lap of an Allen Eagle. And hang on here, no flag.
How is that?
But there is a collision, and a big-time collision, after the Allen player locked it in around the 45 and goes down at the 44. Kane Norman. Perhaps they're employing the all-hands team up there on the front line. How's what, Peter, the action across the way where one of Hebron's Hawks, specifically Dallas Shagoya, got rolled up like a window shade.
I'm not sure how two guys standing right next to it can't call that, but it is what it is. Play on.
Leading by 13 at 2:04 third quarter. Allen goes to work 55 yards away from the pay station. They'll go on the ground. David Feliciano steps for 5 for 10. And down to Hebron's 45-yard line. Shagoya ties the socks together after the gain, in fact, of 9.5. Second down, very short. Allen from Hebron's 46. They'll go no huddle and in a hurry. Leading by 13. Running play, Feliciano bounces outside, has the corner of the sideline on his way 30. Good speed, 15, 10, 5, touchdown, 46 steps for David Feliciano, almost matching the same touchdown trail that he blazed in the second quarter when he went 48 yards down the near sideline.
I'm going to take back what I said earlier about him not being the quickest running back. Boy, he gets out in the open field, and he's pretty quick when he gets out there, and he gets the corner turned, and there's not a Hebron defender there, and into the end zone he goes for his third touchdown of the evening.
And another lightning quick scoring drive for Allen as Sawyer Williams' end-over-end kick is good. add the number onto that one, turn it into a 3-0. Allen's lead at 20, their big lead of the night at 1:34 of the third quarter. New count from Hawk Stadium, Allen 30 and Hebron 10.
Stay up on all the latest news about the teams you care about and know when your favorite games are on the air thanks to Champion Sports Radio social media. Either follow @Champion Sports on Twitter or like our Facebook page at facebook.com/Champion Sports Radio, and you will know what time your game starts, who was named Player of the Week, or what your school's alumni are doing in college. That's on Twitter @Champion Sports and facebook.com/Champion Sports Radio, your home for championship social media.
.134 remains in our third quarter. Allen on the scoreboard yet again. New score, Allen 30, Hebron 10, and Mr. Feliciano's having himself a football game, huh?
Yes,
Trent?
he is. He definitely is. The star on that drive with a 46-yard run. Only 2 plays, 55 yards, all 55 by Feliciano on that drive. Only 33 seconds. We're waiting for a little thunder and lightning in the sky. We saw a little bit of it there with Feliciano on 2 plays in that drive.
Sawyer Williams with a very strong right leg will boot it into a considerable breeze from the north. That ought to be returned. Hit high, floating, and going to be returned by Gary from the 10. 15 to the 20 and not going to get the 25. He's hammered down pretty good on top of the 23-yard line. One of the Eagles down there is Will Rossi, and another one's Nick Allen. And they will blast down Isaiah Gary, the carry from the 10 to the 23 from there. First down, Hebron trailing by 20, getting late third quarter with 1:28 seconds remaining in the frame.
Boy, really nice special team coverage by this Allen football team. Get down the field in a hurry. But you're right, that kicker's a weapon because everything's up so high. It gives them time to get down the field with the good coverage.
And again, we got Reggie Evans working at tailback. Couple of flags before the play can unfold, and I think Hebron's going to be cited for yet another false start up at the feeding trough. And from the 23 back to the 18-yard line, first down, 15 Hebron. 1:28. This one has settled down into what has been a fairly dominating performance by Allen, particularly over the last couple of quarters. Outscoring Hebron 16-0 in quarter number 2 and outscoring the Hawks 14-3 here in the third frame.
And what's more concerning for Hebron right now, too, your better players and your leaders are sitting over here on the training table out of the football game.
Here's a run wide and then nothing there. The run from some quarterback, and that was by design. Took a shotgun snap, did Richard Dodd, and tried to break wide left, and somebody there playing defense, Michael Newsom, and in a hurry, a step behind the line of scrimmage, if not more. In fact, a loss of 3. And back to the 15-yard line now for Hebron, second down and 18.
Great pursuit. You know, they just run to the football, and when the passing game struggles like it has almost all season for Hebron, it makes it a lot easier defensively to just swarm to the run.
Trey Pugh checks into the backfield, now in motion. Empty backfield. Here's the quarterback, Dodd, in trouble, trying to run out of the pocket, gets pulled down by the face mask, still no flag, and he's yanked down at the 15-yard line. And Richard Dodd gets up, and even the sophomore looks up with palms up at the officiating crew, saying,
How do they miss this?
How do you miss that?
And Brian's going to get a penalty, I think. Are they cold? Is that what it is? Unbelievable. They're a good football team. And you know what? The penalties aren't going to make a difference, and Hebron probably needs to understand that. From here it looked like a penalty. Everybody down on the field thought it was a penalty, but nobody, I guess the guys with the stripes didn't think so.
Well, with that, we'll close out a third stanza. We're through 3 at Hawk Stadium in North Carrollton. At the end of the third quarter, our count, Allen 30, Hebron 10 on Champion Sports Radio.
The end is here. To get Huff Hines' lowest prices of the year during the final days of Huff Hines Model Year-End Sales Event at both locations of Huff Hines Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram. Pay just $259 a month on new Huff-Hines Jeep Liberties. Only $269 a month on new Huff-Hines Chrysler 200s. Or take your choice and pay just $329 a month on new Jeep Grand Cherokees or Dodge Durangos. At both locations of Huff-Hines Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram in Plano and Louisville.
Popeyes has it.
We talk about defenses playing near the boiling point. Hebron's 15th year head coach Brian Brazel is operating the sideline, and he is near the boiling point. And I'll make you wish that referee Rodney Allison is not in a hurry to get back to Hawk Stadium.
Let me just tell you, Rodney Allison might not ever work here again. Because there's that, that can happen. And that was a blatant missed call. And we're not supposed to.
And that's the face mask.
I mean, and we're not supposed to, well, I'm sure we're going to get letters because Pete's whining. But that's blatant. How do you miss that?
Well, Pete, I don't understand. Maybe I'll go out on a limb and say, your officiating crew has to not be intimidated by a great team like Allen.
Oh, I can't say that. You can. Now you'll get a letter.
Here's a handoff. Here's a Trey Pugh carry, and here's a good Allen defensive unit swarming to the ball carrier. Pugh carries for 4 from this 15 to the 19-yard line. And Ryan Hinman, the nose guard, who's played pretty well, sharing time up front with George Brooks at that middleman defensive front for Allen on the tackle of Pugh. 4th down, 14, and Hebron will bring on Jake Gennard. Now, I don't want to take anything away from Allen. They play hard-nosed, good football and don't need much help.
15 minutes to meltdown here with the weather.
Deployed is Hall. Gennard gets the kick away. Hall won't return. It'll touch down in Hebron territory. And the flag down is the ball is...
They're going to call that on Hebron.
Is down by Hebron at 39 in Hawk territory. And let's see what we have.
Oh, we're going to have personal foul on the Hawks.
11-16 in the fourth quarter. And Allen threatening to take this one out of the balance, leading by 20. And going to get the football in excellent field position. Dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct against Allen.
I think he pointed the wrong way.
And his dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct, Hebron. It'll go offsetting. And from the 39 going downhill, Allen will take over with 11-16 remaining.
That's like me and Trent up here. Somebody started it. I don't know. I'm going to not stop. I'm going to stop. This is a good Allen football team. You can't take that away from them.
No, you can't.
And they can't control how bad the officiating is, but let's just say this is not very good.
Here's the offense for Allen. Again, that's been workmanlike up front. Cody Wheeler, the center, Jason Snowden, Brian Cornell, the guards, Greg Little, along with Cody Ellert working at offensive tackle. There's Kyler Murray and his friends. The flags are down before the play gets unfurled from the 39 in the Hawk territory.
Now the
umpire threw it.
Now the frustration for Hebron. I think that's on Corey Eberhard, who got a little bit of a head start. Unless they, look! Hey.
False start on Allen will cost the Eagles 5, and not many penalties against Allen tonight. They had one in the first half of play, and
it's only their third, Brad.
Only their third of the evening.
Are you surprised?
2 false starts and a personal foul.
No, Pete, I don't think that's necessarily because the officials are always looking the other way. A pretty well-disciplined football team.
Agreed.
Line of scrimmage back to the 44. Quick out pass this way. Caught at the 40.
Tackle.
And a good 5-yard gain and a good tackle by Jelani Heath on the receiver, Worsham Bryant. For Bryant, catch number 2 on the afternoon.
Boy, does he get the ball out in a hurry.
Yeah.
He's special. He just really is. And, I'm going to be It'll be interesting to see how he does at the next level.
Here's Murray dancing, now scrambling into the open field. Sheds a tackler at the 40 and drives it inside the 35. And tackled by a Jamison Cooper. Open field stop at the 32-yard line. A scramble of 7 yards on 2nd down and 10 for Mr. Murray.
Anybody else, that's a gain of 1 or 2. And 7-yard gain, he makes 3 guys miss.
Really gave one Hebron tackler a hip around the 40-yard line, took it away. 3rd down 3. Running play, Feliciano landing gear down, driving to the first down stick, and I think he's just a breath shy at his 30-yard line, or 30 in Hebron territory. Jarrett Lee, the nose guard, featured on the stop at the 10-minute mark. 4th quarter. 4th down and less than a yard. Allen will go for it from the Hawk 30-yard line. Murray out of a shotgun. Feliciano the carry. Feliciano the first down. Not much more. There's a flag right in the middle of the fray, and it was tossed by our umpire this evening, Mr. Denny Mathis.
You know, it's always amazing after the game's out of the balance, so to speak. It's
holding now called on Allen on the 4th and 1 call, and Hebron will say, yeah, we'll take the penalty and mark off the 10 yards from the point of infraction. Allen trying to win a district championship, would be their 9th in a row, trying to get to the playoffs and get on a run and end up being the first to win 3 straight in the big league, big school competition since Carroll did it back in 2004, 5, and 6.
I'm going to punt the football here.
The Markov's back to the 40-yard line. Now 4th and 11. And we will see Kalen Harrod for only, a second time tonight, punted away for Allen. The deep snappers, Mr. Cody Black. Hebron will deploy Derek Mueller, who straddles his 10-yard line. Wind at the backside of the punter, Harrod. Snap back, kick in the air, off the side of the foot. Mueller says fair catch. He'll make it above his 10 at his 14-yard line. At 9 minutes, 12 seconds remaining, Hebron, with a north wind whistling in the air holes, will work from south to north and go to work, trailing by 20. 9-12 remaining in the 4th quarter. 30-10 our count. Hebron first down at the 14.
Thank you to Steve Swanson and Whirly Ball for sponsoring this broadcast. Corporate events, team building, and private parties are more fun when you're zipping around in a Whirly Bug. And they have the most affordable laser tag in town. 2 locations to serve you, one in Plano, the other at Hearst. Leagues forming now, so visit them at whirlyball.com info for more information.
Now here's Hebron trying to go to work in a hurry. From the 14, trailing by 20. Richard Dodd passes it out, swings it out. That's caught 10 and carrying out to the 12. And got on a knee as he made the catch near the line of scrimmage, behind the line of scrimmage. That was Reggie Evans, who was open, rimming out of the backfield in the far flat. Went down, as I mentioned, on a knee to lock on to the pass from Dodd, and a loss of 4 back to the 10-yard line. Good idea, though, Peter.
No, absolutely. Just I think the wind's making a difference here. But, again, Brad, 30-10, and this is just a great point of experience for this young quarterback. I think Trey made a great point at halftime. He's really not playing badly. He's just not getting very much help.
Here's Dodd, a handoff and a carry inside, and a Reggie Evans a pinball rattle for the gain of 4 back to the original line of scrimmage. And that's the Hawks' 14-yard line, and that's a blow delivered there by one Dallas George. Hard-hitting outside linebacker for this Allen Eagle defensive unit. Allen, on average, allowing 353 yards per ball game. Hebron's not going to sniff that whatsoever. Allen's band of blaring across the way as Hebron comes to the line of scrimmage. 3rd down and 11. Here's Mr. Dodd wanting to throw. Chased out of the pocket. Tries to turn on the afterburner. Scrambling to the 15, 20 and out of bounds. Near the 25 and going to get a first down on the scramble by Richard Dodd. Out of the pockets and left a string of white-shirted defenders in his wake behind him.
Oh, there's an Allen defender down and the cavalry's are coming. I don't know what happened.
A big block at the end of the play by
Hicks Onu.
Yeah,
Hicks Onu, and it
depleted
laid him
kid.
out.
And there's an official stoppage in play at 7:36. In fact, it's out of bounds play, no official stoppage, but there will be just a moment here before we get this thing unraveled. Allen's lead at 20, 30, and 10 over Hebron.
In Command Broadcasting is a sports TV broadcasting and marketing company providing a wide array of turnkey video production and streaming services, including filming of sporting events, season highlights, school graduations, corporate infomercials, and documentaries. Call 972-851-7888 to raise the energy of your next event with In Command Broadcasting.
Well, the injured Allen linebacker, Marquise Matthews, a junior, and pleased to say he got up and tried to shake the cobwebs and under his own power made his way all the way across the field as he was stroked pretty good right there by Omar Hicks-Onu at the tail end of a very handsome scramble for first down yardage by Hebron sophomore quarterback Richard Dodd.
There's those quick feet again, and he got outside and looked like he was going to get caught from behind, but he's able to outrun some guys.
Running play, Evans, left side, knife down, no gain. Boy, that's a good linebacker. Nobody blocked him, an inside linebacker scraping off that defensive tackle and slicing down Hicks-Onu, or rather Reggie Evans, for no gain on the play at the 25-yard line.
Another Eagle
and yet
down.
Another Eagle down. And here comes the posse known as the Eagle training staff. And the clock will rest at the moment, 7:24 of our fourth quarter.
Well, this broadcast is also sponsored by ShockboxDFW.com. Visit ShockboxDFW.com to learn more about the Shockbox Impact Alert Sensor and determine if it's the right option for your child. Be warned instantly when a player has experienced a head impact that could result in a concussion. Visit ShockboxDFW.com today.
Anytime you lose an athlete's services, the value of an Angelo Garbett and Hebron has since the third quarter kickoff, he is sorely missed. Spelled at the moment by Reggie Evans. Trey Pugh's got second half play time, but no Angelo Garbett. We'll check on the well-being of the youngster after the ball game.
Whatever it is that's bothering, he's been over here on the bicycle. He's been running up and down the sideline here. He might have a tight muscle or something. We're not doctors, and we're not going to even guess. But
oh, come on, Pete.
No, I didn't even stay at the Holiday Inn Express last night. So.
I mean,
but you're not allowed. It's something that's bothering him. In a 30-10 football game, why take a chance? I don't see him now.
Now we've got Christian Dawson working in
they might have hit his helmet.
Backfield.
They might have hit his helmet because he doesn't have his helmet on. He's a burner in Christian Dawson.
Second down 10. Hebron from the Hawk 25, trailing by 20. Clock spinning down now. It's been wound back in as we are just outside of the 7-minute mark of our fourth quarter. And Richard Dodd working from a gun. Dawson offset to the right. Here's Dodd in the pocket, rolling, throwing, and incomplete in the far flat. And unable to hang on to the football was Dawson, and closing in a hurry was Michael Newsom. And that's
Dodd,
Richard Dodd, who's down and not going to get up as he was stroked pretty good after he cut loose the pass, incomplete in the far flat. And another official stoppage in play at 6 minutes 55 of our fourth quarter.
Thanks also to the Greater Dallas Youth Orchestra and the GDYO Jazz Institute. Check out gdyo.org to learn more about this amazing group, including when your next chance is to enjoy a cultural experience with your family without breaking the bank. All these injuries, we're getting a chance to thank all the people that
we do appreciate that.
Without them, we're not here. And
where else would we want to be on a fall Friday night, Peter?
I can't think of anywhere
Treat,
else.
you on board with that?
I'm on board with that. There's nothing better than a little high school football.
Well, here's your sophomore quarterback. And he's dragging the right leg, and they were looking at a lower right leg, and we're not sure what the condition is of Richard Dodd, but I can assure you he is done for the night.
Well, get to see Colton Chapin again. But the little guy, I give him credit, too.
Yeah.
He's been bruised and mangled and beat up. But
replaced,
and here he is again.
Back again, got the blue spats on tonight. Third down 10 from the 25.
Is this the longest fourth quarter in the history of football?
That's a handoff. That's a carry. That's a gain of 2. And out to the 27, perhaps the 28. It'll be 4th down and a bunch for Hebron.
It's a bad sign. You have to move Holford off the training table so the young quarterback can get on it.
On the carry there for Hebron was Trey Pugh. And on that tackle was Mr. Jalen Sharp of Allen. And on comes a busy right foot of Jake Gennard, Hebron's punter. And deployed deep to return for Allen is Jalen Sharp. Kick away, a high dandy. Sharp runs away from it, touches down out of bounds in Hebron territory, or rather Allen territory, I think. Let's see. It's going to be near midfield. Nope, in Hebron territory at the 48-yard line with 6:11 remaining to be played. 20 yards on the latest Jake Gennard punt. Hebron, as you mentioned, on the road next week at Neil Wilson Stadium to take on the Jaguars of Flower Mound High School. Here in a couple of weeks for the Plano West Wolves, and then travel to Plano East Game 9 regular season finale back here at Hawk Stadium. First Friday in November against the Broncos of McKinney-Boyd. Here's Allen throwing the football to the 40 and into far flat. That's a gain of 9. And on the catch for the Eagles is Garrett Morris. On the tackle, Dallas Chagoya. Inside of 6 minutes remaining. Murray and company looking obviously to add to the 2010 lead. Here's the carry off of the left tackle, and on that carry is Trent Clark, his initial carry of the ball game. Fresh jersey on for Allen, tackled by Ragsdale, the senior inside linebacker. Enough for a first down, the gain of 3, down to Hebron's 36-yard line. Allen may be looking for late style points. Going to go play action, and here's Murray looking to throw long and dials it. In the air, incomplete, flag down. Hebron's cover man was, who is that? Jelani Heath.
Never turned around, B.
And the intended receiver there is Warsham Bryant, little 5'9" junior wide receiver. The flag was thrown when both were inside the 5, approaching the goal line. Going to wait for an official indication. Did we get it? Pass interference, Hebron. And mark off 15 yards from the 36. It'll be first down and 10, Allen from Hebron's 21-yard line.
BD?
Yes, sir.
This is why some people don't like Allen.
Oh, well, point well taken. Yeah, dialing long distance, leading by 20. Hey, go counter dive with a fresh jersey out of the backfield and get
Sit
a kid
your
some
all-state quarterback down.
He's already Mr. Texas football. He doesn't need to pad any stats. They'll go running play, and there with a carry and a touchdown run. By golly, from 21 yards away, and it's carried in on the second carry of the night from one Trent Clark, his second touchdown of the night, and again, the Clark scamper of 21 yards.
You know what? That's fine.
Now you bet.
Run the football. I just don't get it.
Allen posts their first fourth quarter points and takes the total up to 36. Scoring with 5:21 remaining in this final frame. Sawyer Williams on the way, none good with that point after touchdown. So post up a 37th point and call it 37-10. Allen by 27. 5:21 of a fourth quarter from Hawk Stadium. You're listening to Champion Sports Radio.
In Command Broadcasting, a sports TV broadcasting and marketing company. In Command Broadcasting provides a wide array of turnkey video production and streaming services. In Command services include filming of sporting events, season highlights, school graduations, corporate infomercials, and documentaries. In Command streams your sporting event or company function over the internet live or on demand. Call 972-851-7888 to raise the energy of your next event. In Command Broadcasting, 972-851-7888.
Left on our fourth quarter scoreboard here at the Woodshed. Allen on the scoreboard again, 37-10. They leave Hebron Pretty quick drive there for the Eagles.
A quick drive, 21-yard run by Trent Clark on that 3-play, 48-yard drive, only 50 seconds off the clock. Of course, that drive being helped with the pass interference down inside the 5-yard line to put that ball at the 21-yard line for Clark's run.
Good run, though. Nice run by Trent Clark. Can't take that away from him. His second touchdown of the season.
Here's Allen's ensuing kickoff. That is in the air and driven through the back of the end zone. My goodness. And that was not Williams, the usual kicker. That was a kiddo out there in bright orange shoes. And that would be Connor Limpert.
Saw him before the game, Brad. I said, Pete, I bet he's a kicker. Those bright orange shoes, he's got to be a kicker.
Yeah.
And a pretty good one here with his only appearance of the night, and drives that one on the fly. Wind dated, but certainly well beyond the baseline of the end zone. Hebron trailing by 27.
Coach Brazel's emptied the bench. He's got the second-team offensive line out there.
Well, he's got his first-team running back into the ball game in Angelo Garbett. First play time since the third quarter kickoff. Running play to Garbett. He'll plant a foot and cut against the grain and take it from the 25, 4-5 to the Hebron 30-yard line. Garbett, for the first time this year, is not going to record 100-plus yards rushing.
Okay, so I'm going to take back what I said about Allen. Maybe that's why he's in the game.
At the 5-minute mark.
I say let's look and see who's at the trainer's table first before we determine why he's in there. I don't know.
Yeah, well, you got the quarterback over there. You got Brayman over there. You got Hayden Seeley over there. I think they're just visiting with the quarterback. And Clay Holford.
You got people like Jonathan Wong at center, Kyle Musell at an offensive guard. Chapin will give it to Angelo, and he'll just ride that bicycle between the guards and gain another 5 and get close to a first down at his 35-yard line. And Dalton Madole, a linebacker who hadn't seen a lot of play time tonight, but here late making a tackle on Garbett, but not before Angelo earns the first down on the gain of 5. Said he wasn't going to get 100. He may bust one right here for 65.
And then he would. We'll see what happens.
That's why he's in the game.
Just now ticking inside of the 4-minute mark. Colton to Garbett. Garbett a carry. Garbett a spin, tackled after a 2-yard gain.
Just don't want to see him get hurt.
No, you don't.
Good kid. Just wants to play so badly, and here he comes out. Good. You know what?
Taylor Whistler on the tackle for Allen.
But now he's holding a hand.
Yeah, he is holding that left hand. Trying to shake that thing off.
Billy Whiteley is going to be one busy man tomorrow morning over here at Hebron High School.
I think it was last game, before the game, I asked Brian Bradson to comment on Garbett playing both ways and what have you. He's very quick, said Angelo's a warrior. Here's Evans, Reggie back into the ball game, slicing off a right tackle. Picking up 3 to the 39-yard line.
You speak of warriors, and the young man that got hurt tonight, Clay Holford, 2 weeks ago against Louisville. You said it in the interview with Coach Brazel, played with one arm. But you know what? They're 0-4, but he's still going to play. And unfortunately, he's got a lower body injury now that he's in a walking boot already over here on the sideline.
Let me tell you something. I'm happy to see Allen linebacker Marquise Matthews making a tackle right there, because he's the guy that Hicks Onu almost turned the lights out over here. Back in the
box thingy.
Here's Evans cutting against the grain, but running into traffic and gaining 1 the hard way. There's the gang tackle.
Boy, they finish.
Yeah, they do finish, and especially these fresh jerseys, these hungry backups for Allen. Lee Morris featured on the stop. And Pete, that's another point in an Allen situation, and it's just the fact of the matter. There's kiddos right now playing mop-up duty right here that if they were playing at a smaller school, or perhaps many other schools, small or otherwise, would be front-line players and perhaps have at least a busier high school career.
We talked about that pregame, too. It's just...
Here's Gennard taking a short hop snap and getting the kick away on 4th down and 6 and stay
sideways.
middle of the field and then gets that old
Oopsie.
Gennard signature friendly roll inside the Allen 40 to 35. I'll be absolutely shocked if Kyler Murray comes galloping on the gridiron.
I wouldn't. Let's hope. Let's hope he doesn't.
2:04 remaining, change of possession. Allen gains it. They have the scoreboard 34 or 37-10 due to the Eagles leading Hebron.
Nope, Brad, got your back up.
Well, let's identify the
One
youngster.
series too late.
Wears an 11 in Jared Harvey, 5'10", 175, a sophomore. And he'll take carries. Keon Williams, I believe, is the running back off the right hip of the young quarterback, and he'll take a handoff and slice it outside. Look out, there's running room. 40-50, sideline 40, and knocked out of bounds near the 20-yard line. In fact, carrying inside the 15, all the way down to the 10 to the 12-yard line. And is that Keon, or that in fact is 2-3 on the jersey there. Eberhardt finally on the tackle of Will Rossi. Rossi, the big carry.
It's just the bevy of them. They just keep coming. And much like I had Trinity last night, same thing with Trinity. They're 4 or 5 deep running backs, and they don't get a chance to play much. When they get out there, they want to show people they can play.
Down to the ball game, Nick Allen. It's Allen to carry. Inside, left side, down, flag down, and Allen in. He'll dance in for what is apparently a 12-yard touchdown, except it will be called back, I believe, on an Allen hold.
Well, it wasn't a hold, it was a tackle, but they got it. Brian Brazel standing on the sideline with his arms crossed saying, now you call it? But that's okay.
Nick Allen, a 12-yard run for what looked to be very late Allen points. He raced on the holding call at 1:34 remaining. And let's see if they turn the dogs loose or perhaps grab a knee. 1st down and 20. They can certainly burn off the balance of the minute 25 in a victory formation.
Brad, you know better.
Quarterback is Harvey. He'll go on a carry. He'll take it inside the 15, flag down again. Harvey's not, and he'll break a tackle at the 10 and scamper in for what looks to be a 22-yard score, but that likewise will be turned around on a holding call on Allen. And the rain's just a knocking at the front door here.
There's different. I've never seen some of those colors.
Starting to come down and pretty good, but not what we expected. Holding against Allen. Will erase it or will it? No, it's holding defensively, so the touchdown run, of Jared Harvey stands at the 109 mark. It's a personal foul face mask against Hebron, and Allen scores on the run. 22 yards, I believe it was, by Jared Harvey. And that'll punctuate the Allen win. Right there, the point after touchdown is on the way and good for Allen. And that is not Sawyer Williams that kicked it. In fact, it is Gage Gallion, a senior, who knocks it through. And a new score, 109 remaining. Go to break. Allen 44 and Hebron 10.
Writer Gerald Early said that when they study our civilization 2,000 years from now, there will only be 3 things that Americans will be known for: the Constitution, baseball, and jazz music. GDYO's Jazz Institute provides young musicians in North Texas the opportunity to learn what it means to be a jazz musician through weekly technique classes and combo rehearsals with professional jazz musicians. From the first note to the final round of applause, GDYO Jazz Institute concerts will amaze and delight both hardcore jazz cats and new fans alike. Learn more about the truly original American art form through the GDYO Jazz Institute online at gdyo.org/jazz.
Peter, let me tell you something. Allen's last 21 points, all scored here, late third and 2 touchdowns here in the fourth. 2 play 55 yards, 3 play 48 yards, and now a 2 play 64-yard drive.
And how far was Mr. Harvey's run?
22 yards, I believe. That's unofficial, as I thought it was going to be called back.
So did I.
Connor Limpert will get another shot at it. I'm still one who subscribes to the old, John Clark and Tom Kimber will take a knee and go shake their hand and say good game. There's Limpert with the kick, and that one's way at the back of the end zone, in fact, through the uprights. That's a big-time kicker right there in one Mr. Limpert. He's a junior. He'll take over for Sawyer Williams next year.
It's got to be the shoes.
Wow.
Got to be the shoes.
He does have a bit of a breeze behind the backside, but my goodness, what a weapon. And here's Hebron to send out the offensive 11 for what should be the last series of the ball game, trailing by 34, 44-10.
Hope get nobody else hurt.
Colton at quarterback. Pugh is the running back. Trey gets the handoff. Trey inside, spilled after the gain of a pair to the 27. And Landon Gill on the Allen tackle. Well, this one was 30-10 at the end of the third quarter, and Allen's obviously scored a couple unanswered here in the final frame and stretched it out to 44-10. And done it in short order, Peter. As I mentioned, 3 plays and 2 plays on the drive, play count on either drive.
You know, there's two sides to that argument. Do you take the knee or do you give the kids that practice every day a chance to run the football?
No, and I agree with you. And, Jared Harvey, young sophomore, gets his feet onto the pay station, and bully for him. Here's Hebron. Trey Pugh rambling off right tackle. And from his 27, he'll go above the 35 and out to the 40 in a gain of 13. And a Hebron first down, tackled by Rodney Moss and very late. And they'll wind time in the final 20 seconds counting down as we speak. You go final here from Hawk Stadium. The legion of Allen fans counting down the final 10 seconds as Pugh gets a carry and he's upended. The gain of 1, 44-10. Your final score, and Allen will take the season record to 7 wins and no losses, 44-10. The final, Allen stretches out the series lead 4-1 over Hebron. The Eagle wins all in succession, dating back to 2011 now through 2014. Allen to 7-0. Hebron is still on the bagel in the win column. Nothing for 6 now for a Hawk ball club that week in, week out brings it and brings it and brings it. Always ends up on the short side of the scoreboard, at least thus far this year. We'll recap this one again. The Eagles by 34 over Hebron this evening. Our final, Allen 44 and the Hebron Hawks 10. You've been listening to Hebron Hawk Football on Champion Sports Radio.
Do you need a boost in exposure? Want to reach local, community-minded folks with information about your business? Join the Champion Sports Radio team and advertise during these games. In the last 4 years, Champion Sports Radio has broadcast over 600 games for more than 3.5 million listeners. And Champion Sports Radio wants to help you use major high school sports to reach thousands of local fans right in your community. It's also a way for your business to give back to the community by helping all these well-deserving student-athletes get some recognition for their accomplishments. The cost simply can't be beat for the effect it will have. You get a lot of bang for your buck, and best of all, it provides an opportunity for the best advertisement of all, word of mouth. To secure your prime commercial spot during the broadcast, contact Thomas Lee at Champion Sports Radio by phone at 972-741-0334. That's 972-741-0334 or online at championsportsradio.com. Champion Sports Radio, your home for championship broadcast.
The end is here. To get Huffines' lowest prices of the year during the final days of Huffines' Model Year-End Sales Event at both locations of Huffines Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram. Take your choice and pay just $269 a month on new Chrysler Town & Countries or Dodge Grand Caravans. Or take your choice and pay just $329 a month on new Chrysler 300s or Dodge Chargers at both locations of Huffines Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram in Plano and Louisville.
Popeyes has it.
Point of Origin Design is your one-stop shop for all your apparel, promotional, event, or team uniform needs. Point of Origin Design is a full-service design and logo creation company that offers a wide variety of imprintable and embroidered products. With competitive pricing and quality work, you can't go wrong with Point of Origin Design. It's always best to start at the right point, so visit them online at pointoforigindesign.com. Let them help you plan your next promotional item or design your next t-shirt. That's online at pointoforigindesign.com.
The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention estimates that nearly 4 million brain injuries occur every year due to sports in the U.S. They also estimate that 70% of concussions go unreported. Not identifying concussions early can be devastating, especially if the athlete continues to play with symptoms. Catching hard hits fast is critical, and that's why you need the Shockbox Helmet Impact Sensor. The Shockbox is a small sensor that easily attaches to most football, lacrosse, and hockey helmets and instantly sends a signal to a smartphone on the sidelines when the player has taken a hard hit that puts them at higher risk for injury. The free app receives data from the sensor, displays information about the impact, and even walks the user through a concussion assessment. The app also logs symptom and impact data for future medical use. Visit ShopboxDFW.com to learn more about the Shockbox Impact Alert Sensor and determine if it is the right option for your child. Be warned instantly when a player has experienced a head impact that could result in a concussion. Visit ShockboxDFW.com today. ShockboxDFW.com.
There's a time and a place for everything.
As you'll see, projections for the next quarter are...
He shoots, he scores! 2 points for team middle management. The office is not one of them.
Jack, can I see you in my office?
No pouting, it's your ball. Let's see what you got.
But Whirly Ball is. For corporate events, team building, and private parties, Whirly Ball in Hearst and Plano is electric fun. Test your skills on the arcade games. Zip around in your Whirly Bug for a Whirly Ball competition. Or play the most affordable laser tag in the city. Learn more at whirlyball.info.
Writer Gerald Early said that when they study our civilization 2,000 years from now, there will only be 3 things that Americans will be known for: the Constitution, baseball, and jazz music. GDYO's Jazz Institute provides young musicians in North Texas the opportunity to learn what it means to be a jazz musician through weekly technique classes and combo rehearsals with professional jazz musicians. From the first note to the final round of applause, GDYO Jazz Institute concerts will amaze and delight both hardcore jazz cats and new fans alike. Learn more about the truly original American art form through the GDYO Jazz Institute online at gdyo.org/jazz.
Many heart conditions can be fixed, but many of us don't know we have a problem until it's too late. On April 2nd, 2009, Zachary Schraw, a 16-year-old sophomore offensive lineman, died of sudden cardiac arrest, the number 1 cause of death among student athletes. Like so many SCA victims, Zach had no heart issues, nor did anyone in his family. If Zach had an echocardiogram, he might have been able to avoid suffering a condition that takes 10,000 of our youth each year. In his memory, Living for Zachary was formed to try and prevent SCA from taking the lives of youth everywhere. Join in the fight today and stop the silent killer of SCA by scheduling your young athlete for an echocardiogram, a procedure that can detect any heart issue with 99% accuracy. For more information, visit www.livingforzachary.org. That's living4zachary.org, and let your heart be heard.
Along with Pete Nielsen, Brad Denton, Trent Lynch, Weston Lynch, Champion Sports Radio. Our post-game programming this evening is brought to you by In Command Broadcasting, and we do invite you back to a now rainy Hawk Stadium, off and on rain throughout, but the post-game rain, Pete, I think you promised it'd be a little steadier, a little harder than what we've seen thus far, but very fortunate that we were able to get into this, get this ball game in this evening. Going into it, we were looking at radar and hearing reports out of Oklahoma and thinking, by halftime we're going to have to batten down the hatches. We did get a little wet here, but no lightning, and we were able to get the ball game in. Allen ends up winning at 44-10, a ball game that started all Hebron in the first quarter of play. Everything went the Hawks' way, and in fact, Hebron scores the only marker in that first quarter, leading 7-0 through 1 on a 15-play, 49-yard drive that chewed up 9 minutes of the 12 minutes that were the first quarter here. And a 2-yard run by Angelo Garbett, a 7th touchdown rushing for Angelo, put Hebron up with 1:08 remaining in that first quarter. Hebron 7 and Allen nothing. We go to play second quarter, and less than a minute into it, Allen finds the end zone on a 48-yard David Feliciano touchdown run. Only 2 plays on the drive, 58 yards in total. And as I mentioned, the final 48 steps taken by one David Feliciano. The point after touchdown off of the toe of Sawyer Williams was blocked by Hebron's Isaiah Gary, so the Hebron lead stayed intact at the Hawks 7, the Eagles 6. Later in that second quarter, after Hebron was unable to move, and that was a kind of a theme of a good part of the latter 3 quarters, Hebron unable to generate much offensively, but Allen gets the football, and they mount up a drive, and a very rare double-digit play drive, 10 plays, 49 yards for Allen, and it takes them, for their offense, an eternity, 3 minutes, 17 seconds before they stick it on the board. After a drive, in fact, stalled, the 22-yard Sawyer Williams field goal boots Allen to their initial lead in the ball game, and a lead they would never relinquish at 5:29 of the second quarter. Williams good from 22. Allen leads Hebron 9-7. Later in that second quarter, Allen stretched it to a 16-7 lead. That's where we went to at halftime. That late second quarter, Allen tally at 1:25 remaining until halftime. How about a 4-play, 76-yard drive, and did that in 61 seconds. Culminated on the 39-yard touchdown pass. Kyler Murray, 19th TD toss of the year, to Carey Hall. Sawyer Williams, PAT, halftime. Allen 16 and Hebron 7. Hebron takes the third quarter kickoff and can't move, and Allen does. When they get their hands on the ball, the Eagles sail 53 yards, do it in 8 plays. They score at 7:22 of that third quarter on a Murray touchdown pass. Another one, this one 16 yards to a wide-open back in the end zone, David Feliciano. Sawyer Williams, point after touchdown, boosts Allen to the 23-7 lead. Third quarter, Hebron answers a bit, mounting a 9-play, 48-yard drive that stalls out in the 2:07. Call on Kyler Terry, who is true on a distance field goal of 44 yards, Kyler's longest of the year. It comes at 2:07 of that third quarter and pulls Hebron to within 13, trailing 23-10. Third quarter later, minute 34 remaining, and Allen started mounting some lightning-quick drives. How about 2 plays, 55 yards, the 46-yard touchdown run. David Feliciano down the sideline, same sideline he sailed for 48 yards in the second quarter. This time, third quarter touchdown, very late third, a minute 34 remaining. 46 yards, David Feliciano. Williams, point after touchdown. Allen starting to run away and looking to hide, leading 30-10 as we move from third quarter to fourth quarter. And the fourth frame, all Eagles at 5:21. They culminate a 3-play, 48-yard drive. 50 seconds off the clock, a 21-yard run by reserve running back Trent Clark. The Sawyer Williams point after 37-10. Allen, and Allen puts a cherry on top, completing a 2-play, 64-yard drive with a minute 9 remaining in that final frame on a 22-yard run by backup quarterback Jared Harvey. Gage Gallion is on with the point after touchdown, and he's true at 1:09 of the fourth quarter. It completes the arrangements for our final count this evening. Allen 44 and Hebron 10.
Brad, sitting here listening to you do that, and sometimes we get carried away, or I get carried away during the football game and say things that maybe are a little bit emotional, but you think about it. That's a really good football game.
It really is.
It's just too bad that sometimes they give you and I'm trying to stay positive here, but they give you the opportunity to say stuff like that. There's a right way and there's a wrong way, and you're torn because the kiddos that scored the touchdowns in the fourth quarter, you want them to have a chance to play, and they were running the football after that, the one after
the deep ball.
After that shot to the end zone, which wasn't needed. But again, they're a very good football team. It's going to take a very, very good football team to beat them. So it'd be interesting to see how well they do. I don't see them losing in district. Let's just put it that way.
No, I don't either. I expect them to make a real challenge to become a three consecutive state championships. They've got every opportunity to do that here in 2014, and it would be Allen's fourth state title over a 7-year span. Rain continues to pepper down here as we go to our postgame break. We'll come back and review this one statistically. Allen wins it 44-10 over Hebron on Champion Sports Radio.
The end is here. To get Huff Heinz lowest prices of the year during the final days of Huff Heinz Model Year-End Sales Event at both locations of Huff Heinz Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram. Pay just $259 a month on new Huff Heinz Jeep Liberties. Only $269 a month on new Huff Heinz Chrysler 200s. Or take your choice and pay just $329 a month on new Jeep Grand Cherokees or Dodge Durangos. At both locations of Huff Heinz Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram in Plano and Louisville.
Huff Heinz has it.
The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention estimates that nearly 4 million brain injuries occur every year due to sports in the U.S. They also estimate that 70% of concussions go unreported. Not identifying concussions early can be devastating, especially if the athlete continues to play with symptoms. Catching hard hits fast is critical, and that's why you need the Shockbox Helmet Impact Sensor. The Shockbox is a small sensor that easily attaches to most football, lacrosse, and hockey helmets and instantly sends a signal to a smartphone on the sidelines when the player has taken a hard hit that puts them at higher risk for injury. The free app receives data from the sensor, displays information about the impact, and even walks the user through a concussion assessment. The app also logs symptom and impact data for future medical use. Visit ShopboxDFW.com to learn more about the Shockbox Impact Alert Sensor and determine if it is the right option for your child. Be warned instantly when a player has experienced a head impact that could result in a concussion. Visit ShockboxDFW.com today. ShockboxDFW.com.
In Command Broadcasting, a sports TV broadcasting and marketing company. In Command Broadcasting provides a wide array of turnkey video production and streaming services. In Command services include filming of sporting events, season highlights, school graduations, corporate infomercials, and documentaries. In Command streams your sporting event or company function over the internet live or on demand. Call 972-851-7888 to raise the energy of your next event. In Command Broadcasting, 972-851-7888.
Writer Gerald Early said that when they study our civilization 2,000 years from now, there will only be 3 things that Americans will be known for: the Constitution, baseball, and jazz music. GDYO's Jazz Institute provides young musicians in North Texas the opportunity to learn what it means to be a jazz musician through weekly technique classes and combo rehearsals with professional jazz musicians. From the first note to the final round of applause, GDYO Jazz Institute concerts will amaze and delight both hardcore jazz cats and new fans alike. Learn more about the truly original American art form through the GDYO Jazz Institute. Online at gdyo.org/jazz.
There's a time and a place for everything.
As you'll see, projections for the next quarter are...
He shoots, he scores! 2 points for team middle management. The office is not one of them.
Jack, can I see you in my office?
No pouting, it's your ball. Let's see what you got.
But Whirly Ball is. For corporate events, team building, and private parties, Whirly Ball in Hearst and Plano is electric fun. Test your skills on the arcade games. Zip around in your Whirly Bug for a Whirly Ball competition. Or play the most affordable laser tag in the city. Learn more at whirlyball.info.
Point of Origin Design is your one-stop shop for all your apparel, promotional, event, or team uniform needs. Point of Origin Design is a full-service design and logo creation company that offers a wide variety of imprintable and embroidered products. With competitive pricing and quality work, you can't go wrong with Point of Origin Design. It's always best to start at the right point, so visit them online at pointoforigindesign.com. Let them help you plan your next promotional item or design your next t-shirt. That's online at pointoforigindesign.com.
It's here. It's here. The big rain showed up. He's been advertising it throughout the evening. And Trent Lynch, to review this thing statistically and in a nutshell, what began as a stroll for Hebron ends up in at least 3 quarters worth of a nightmare.
After the initial drive for the Hebron Hawks, 15-play drive, almost 9 minutes off the clock. From there, they just could not produce first downs, and as you can see that, 12 first downs for the entire game, 49 rushing attempts, 164 yards, a little over 3 yards per carry, and then passing the ball 5 for 9 for 42 yards, a total of 206 yards of offense for the Hebron Hawks against a quick, swarming Allen Eagle defense. I mean, the Eagle defense was pretty impressive overall, as well as their offense.
They were, and the thing that I harp on Allen in a positive sense, and the embarrassment of riches over there and the depth that they're able to utilize, and it seems like it's more evident defensively, but they just seem to come in waves. And I'm telling you, the second unit is not more than a half breath behind the first unit at a talent level.
Well, it's pretty impressive when you have a couple of sophomores on that defense who are starting with the amount of kids that they have to choose from
they
to
do
play for that football
and
team.
hats off. Corey Kane, the defensive coordinator, I know he's got a pretty good deck of cards to play with, but they only had one kiddo, and that's a junior safety in Jalen Jones that was a returning starter from a year ago. All the rest of them were newcomers, and I think they were a little wide-eyed and got the feet wet in the first couple of ball games. And as I mentioned, they gave up 94 points in the first 2 wins of this season. But I don't see that defense as it is today giving up 94 in a couple of ball games.
And to be fair, that was 2 pretty good football teams they were playing also. I think the competition has gotten a little bit less, and the defense has grown up a little bit. That defense swarms to football.
On the other side of the ball, Allen's offense, 22 rushes for 298 yards.
Wow.
13.5 yards per carry. Very impressive running the ball tonight. Kyler Murray, 11 of 16 passing the ball for 166. So Allen ends up with 464 yards offensively this evening, and just an impressive evening by that Allen offense when you consider that they scored over 40 points in only 12 minutes and 57 seconds.
They make it happen in a hurry, and I'm telling you, they got weapons. Ball game was a turnover-free football game. 8 penalties did cost Hebron 85 yards, and Allen flagged a total of 5 times for 45 yards. Individually, Hebron's numbers, the busiest of the Hawk backs may have been Garbett. His 14 carries, only 3 of those in the second half, earns 38 yards. Pugh has 13 for 56 to lead the Hawk ball carriers. Sophomore Richard Dodd, who left the game mid-fourth quarter with what looks like an ankle injury, pretty doggone good. 13 carries, 14 yards, a couple of sacks. Dodd passes, 5 of 9 for 42 yards. There's Reggie Evans checking in with 8 carries, all in the second half, and for 47 yards, and he had some moments.
I tell you what, Reggie Evans and Trey Pugh having to spell for Angelo Garbett, who only had those 3 carries in the second half, actually did a really nice job running the ball this evening.
And Garbett, he got dinged up, but in the beginning, even the first half, when he was carrying the ball a lot, Trent, he's also playing defense, and he's responsible for chasing around the best quarterback of the state. So his hands are full, and you need Pugh and Evans, and they really have been helpful in the supportive role.
And to highlight individually for Allen, you got to talk about David Feliciano. 2 long touchdown runs. He ends up with the 11 carries for 129 yards rushing. Murray chips in with a very respectable 7 carries, average over 10 yards per carry, finishing with 73 yards rushing. And Trent Clark, the touchdown late, 2 carries and 22 yards. Kyler Murray, you mentioned completing, 11 of his 16 passes, very efficient, spreads the wealth all around. Nobody with more than 2 catches and the 11 completions, good for 166 yards. It all shakes out to a dominating Allen Eagle win, 44-10 over the Hebron Hawks.
Fellas, before we get out of here, take one last look at the 6-6A scoreboard. Plano East and Plano in the McCullough Bowl today. It's all Plano, 34-6 in the final. Game still in progress. 2 high-scoring affairs. Louisville leading Flower Mound fourth quarter, 45-35. And then Plano West and Marcus just as high scoring, 47-32. Both of those games late, fourth quarter. If you want, you can switch over on Champion Sports Radio. Both of those games can be picked up on the website. And I promised you some fun weather. Take a look out the window now.
Yeah, let's get out
of here before it gets any worse, huh?
Wow, sheets. The Hebron Hawks on Champion Sports Radio and the broadcast of Louisville Independent School District football is brought to you by Huff Hines Chrysler Jeep Dodge Plano, where they provide everything automotive along with superb customer service. Huff Hines Chrysler Jeep Dodge Plano. By Whirly Ball, 2 locations to serve you in Plano and Hurst. Leagues forming at both locations. Visit them now on whirlyball.info. By In Command Broadcasting, a sports TV broadcasting and marketing company, online at incommandbroadcasting.com. By Point of Origin Design, that's a full-service design and logo creation company, and they are offering a very wide variety of imprintable embroidered products, and online you'll find them at pointoforigindesign.com. By shockboxdfw.com, be warned instantly when a player has experienced a head impact that could result in a concussion. Visit shockboxdfw.com today. By the Greater Dallas Youth Orchestra and the new GDYO Jazz Institute, it's a cultural experience. Bring your family, do it without breaking the bank, and visit gdyo.org for more information on the Greater Dallas Youth Orchestra. Hebron Hawks football is a presentation of Champion Sports Radio on Twitter at Champion Sports, Facebook.com/Champion Sports Radio, and online at championsportsradio.com. From our partner Pete Nielsen, for the balance of our Champion Sports Radio production crew, statistician Trent Lynch, and our remote engineer producer Mr. Weston Lynch, I'm Brad Denton, reminding you a final time as sheets of rain really hammer down here at Hawks Stadium. My sakes, glad this thing stayed away until postgame, but it is not kidding now, as I do remind you for a final time, our final score from Hawks Stadium, a very impressive win by a very impressive football team. The Allen Eagles, the state's best, stretched the record to 7 wins, no losses, defeating the Hebron Hawks tonight by a final count of 44-10. Eagles by 34. Thanks for your time, and until next time, so long, everybody.